Hey guys, you want to see a very happy and satisfied and content man right now? Look at that. That man is happy and content as fuck. Oh, you're shaking your head, baby. He's a happy, happy man right now. That's right. You a happy man. You feel satisfied, baby?
Yes. They know what happened.
Got a new super chat, folks. Somebody's not gonna like it. Hey, before we get in, I want to let people know we do have a new super chat. If you tuned in last night for the members only stream, you got to preview what it's going to sound like, and it's uploaded, and the amount is a lot higher than all the other ones because it's almost half a minute long. So don't spoil it. Those of you who were there and you know exactly what the context is. And yeah, it's pretty bad, but hey, truth hurts, right? So anyway, let's continue on with the show, shall we?
I guess you got your wish, Blue. Like, all those times you said, I hope you get cancer and die. Huh. I'm facing that reality. So I'm gonna do you a favor, Blue. I'm gonna let you watch me suffer and die so you can feel better about such a wonderful human being you are for wishing that upon someone just to see them go through it. I hope it gives you joy and satisfaction. I hope it gives you some twisted form of justice in your head.
Even make the bed move anymore. It's small.
Close but no cigar.
Is this it?
Nope. Close, but no cigar, sir. Sorry. It's a bit higher than that.
You know, I hope it's nice for you guys to see me get what I guess I deserve. After I've given so much to you guys in the community, but it doesn't fucking matter. I'm still an awful piece of shit person. So you get your wish. You get your wish. You get to see me die of cancer. So I hope you're fucking happy.
I am David Attenborough. And this is Todd in Nature. Todd in Nature. Todd in Nature.
I sell barrel rolling, barrel rolling. 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 I sell. Fuck you! Fuck you!
Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Go fuck yourselves. That's right, folks.
Goddamn motherfucking crow! Motherfucking crow! Motherfucking crow! Goddamn motherfucking crow! Motherfucking crow! Motherfucking crow! I sell barrel rolling, barrel rolling. 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 Barrel rolling, barrel rolling. I sell barrel rolling, barrel rolling. I sell barrel rolling, barrel rolling. I sell barrel rolling, barrel rolling.
Because I'm not going to have the lexicon out there for my name, JWE Revelation News, of having a small fucking dick. I don't. I have a normal size Eastern European slack. I have slack. Shanny, do I hang a bit?
You hang a bit.
Do I flop?
You flop.
See, I got floppage, folks.
Hot damn! Hot damn!
Shanny, you're not a Christian. You're a whore.
I have slack.
Hot damn! Hot damn!
You can't even be honest with yourselves. That's sad.
Because I'm not going to have the lexicon out there for my name, JWE Revelation News, of having a small fucking dick. Small fucking dick.
Jason,
Small fucking dick. Small fucking dick.
he's got bigger feet than you.
But yeah, you have to say that. Like,
I'm sorry.
yeah, just fucking leave it alone. I don't want people to know that.
Jason, chill out.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Go fuck yourselves.
That's right, folks.
I sell barrel rolling, barrel rolling. 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 I sell barrel rolling, barrel rolling.
Your arguments are stupid.
You're a punk ass bitch!
If we are free, I can go out and kill that motherfucker that I don't like right now.
Fuck your goddamn motherfucking crow!
Can you say it? Say it right now for me.
Fuck
You're an evil fucking woman!
So good night, everybody, and fuck off. Fuck off.
All right, so this particular video here, let me get the date on it. Okay, we're not, there we go, Jesus. This was July 30th of 2017. So this is good old Shanny, you know, she's sort of still reeling from the realization that she is going to be divorced, and she's trying to sort of come to terms with it, right? And as always, why did I put 2019? That was weird. I don't know why I should fix that. But she's sitting outside of good old mom's house, good old Betty's house, and she's just sort of, these are Shanny musings, more or less. And so as always, you should pay attention to what Shanny says very, very closely. Anytime she mentions what she needs or desires, goals and aspirations, those are sort of interesting, but not too important. So this will sort of play into an ongoing theme. And again, if you were in the members only chat last night, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But pay very close attention. This is nearly an hour. So it's just the only video that we have. So she's going to go through sort of what she's been doing, and you should pay close attention to what's important. That's the other thing. Her needs and desires, and what's important to her right here and now. What are her responsibilities? What does she need to get together? What does she have on her mind? That's something that you should keep in your mind and listen for, because you're probably not going to be surprised. All right, there you go.
So here I am, just doing nothing but crying all freaking day. Cause it's like, you care for someone and they strip nothing but your hope away. Your hope as a human being, your hope that something good will come along, your hope, and they strip it away. Because of their lies, because they don't. It's like, how could you say you love someone so much and strip all hope they have away from them? And that's what's been happening. I'm not gonna lie, I have not much hope left. I wish Jesus would come, because I don't want to be here anymore. I just, like, my whole life, I just wanted to be loved. I just wanted to be cherished. I just wanted to be held. I wanted to feel like a human being for once. And I'm just broken. I'm just broken. And I don't even know if I can find any hope. I mean, I just want to be loved. So that'll never be in my cards. be loved. And these men, they think that they love me and they cherish me. And they just fucking lie. And they just strip it away from me. And it's not right. It's not right.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers cannot die.
Hashtag blame drag. As always, I forgot to preface that. Thank you for that. Anything that you see in this video is my fault.
Big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers cannot die.
The new super chat amount is Shanny's weight, 750. No. It's it'd be Shanny's weight in stone. There you go. Yeah, actually, I think that is actually accurate. It's Shanny's weight in stone.
It's not right that these men say they love you, say they cherish you, and then fucking strip it. They just strip it. Because they want to do their own fucking thing. It's like, seriously, I don't fucking get it. It's like, you fucking helped ruin my fucking marriage. You helped fucking ruin my marriage. My marriage is fucking shambles. And you just don't want to have anything to do with me anymore. And I really don't appreciate.
He black, we got a black man in office. He black, we got a black man in office. He black, we got a black man in office. He black, we got a black man in office. Black. When Barack Obama was in office, they didn't try to make sense of anything. They just said he black, we got a black man in office. He black, we got a black man in office. He black. Stop.
Anyone seen Mike Hunt?
Appreciate that. Well, I haven't been doing nothing but crying all day. Because I'm just so ruined. And I'm so lonely. And I don't want to drive my parents crazy. Because I know I'm at my wit's end. I'm like, seriously, I am at my wit's end. And I'm doing everything I can to take care of myself, but at the same time,
you other brothers cannot die.
Boots to next. Click clack. What? Hail to negs. I don't know any of that shit means.
it's like, where's my Adam? Where's that person who said he was my David? Where is he? Nowhere. He's gone. He's out of my life. He's gone. And I'm all alone. And I have to do all this stuff myself. And I don't even know if I'm strong enough for it.
It's rape. It's called statutory rape. Having sex with an underage person is statutory rape. Period. Because their minds are able to make decisions right.
Real good. I found her in bed with a 15-year-old and she was an 18-year-old. I mean, I had to chase a naked 15-year-old boy out of my house.
I love watching her be miserable.
Well, and that super chat's definitely not going to make her happy at all. There you go.
I don't even know if I'm strong enough for any of this. The one thing I would want is just to feel good about myself.
to feel like a woman for once. And I don't know how much I have left to live anymore. I don't even know if I don't even want to live. I don't even know if I want to live. And it's like God seems to be freaking ignoring me through this whole thing. Like, it's like you pray, and you pray, and you pray, and you pray, and were my prayers answered? No. They weren't. They weren't. They weren't answered. They were ignored. For what? For what? Why? I've done nothing but be loyal to God. I've done everything for Him. Everything He tells me to do.
So if you're wondering what you just listened to, that was Shanny's father describing. Yeah. That was Shanny's father describing what happened when she was staying with him. If you don't know who that is her father. Yeah. So just so you all know, the amount is I think it's $39.98. Anything above that amount triggers that one. So yeah.
I do. And it wasn't good enough. It's like every other man, like every man, I guess. And it sucks. Because I just want to be loved. I just want to be loved. And it's never good enough. It's never good enough. My love is never good enough for any man. And I give them everything I can. I give them everything I own. I give them everything. It's not good enough for them. And I know what you're saying, sugar. I know what you're saying. I need to learn how to love myself, but I do love myself. It just comes to the point where I need my Adam. I need my David. I need that person that made me feel whole. I need that. I need to feel whole. I need my soulmate. And I searched for so long for him. And I never got to get him, and I never got to have him, and I never got to hold him, and I never got to kiss him. And it would be just so beautiful just to hold him and kiss him, but he doesn't want that. How much more must I go through? How much traumatic events must I go through? I'm so broken. There's no way to fix me. There's no way to fix me as a person. I know it's not in my nose, and I know it's nasty and unladylike. I don't fucking care anymore. I just feel so bad as a person, so lost, and like, I started getting my hope. I started getting my hope back that something would happen, and then it's just stripped away. Just stripped away. And I'm tired of my love, of my hope being stripped away. I'm tired of it. Why, God? Why? Why must you do this? Please don't. Yelling in your ear. Please don't yell.
I hope G-Bum had that pen and paper ready.
Have I not worked for you? Have I not done for you what I'm supposed to be doing for you? Why are you punishing me like this, Lord? Why? Why Why do you give me hope and then take it away? Why do you give me someone in my life and then take them away?
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other persons cannot die.
Moaning Myrtle has really let herself go. Yeah, good nerd reference. Good nerd reference.
Why? Why?
Oh, as always, I made her upload this video. I made her upload all the videos she made during this period of time, which were sometimes 2 to 3 a day for hours that she would do these videos. And this is just one of the many that were captured. So I take full responsibility for making Shanny upload this, and the fact that I am now just mirroring what she's already put on the internet.
It's not right.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other persons cannot die.
And the Oscar goes to the tree in the back for a glaring performance. Wonderful, just awesome.
It's not right. It's not right. And it's not like I'm being ungrateful. I'm not trying to be ungrateful. I'm just... So you guys can hear me better. It's just... I've just been through much. I've been through one traumatic event after another traumatic event after another traumatic...
Oh shit. Okay, sorry, headphone users. She had to get the fucking phone so you could hear her better. Jesus. Okay, I'm regulating the audio now. God damn.
Event over a course of 2 weeks, and it's like, how much more can you strip from me? How much more can you take away from me? And he's taking it all away. And he's stripping it all away from me. And it's gonna be so angry at him because I found that one person that could make me feel a little bit whole as a person. I thought I found my soulmate. Please don't yell.
Maybe it's the last little bit of my human soul left, but I can't stand to hear a woman crying.
No, good thing she's not a woman.
Yeah, no. He's stripped away. He's gone. Like Chris. He was my best friend. He was my life. I gave him everything. He strips it away. And I start getting feelings for someone else, and he strips that away. And he's just stripping everything I have away from me, and I don't know if I can clean on any longer. I don't know if I can clean on. I just don't have anything, and I'm so empty inside, and I'm so lost inside, and I don't want to bother my parents with this, because I know it just kills them inside. It just kills them inside over this. So I'm hiding from them so I don't have to worry them so much. But I'm just so lost right now. I'm just so sad. I loved this man so much. I loved him with all my heart. I loved him for 5 years of my life. I loved him. I talked about him. I shared stories with him. I shared my intimacy with him. And it's gone. It's gone. And I can't hold on. I don't know how to hold on. I don't know how to find my hope. I don't know how to find anything. And it's like I try to drink myself in a stupor. It doesn't help. I tried to get stoned. That didn't help. The only thing I haven't done is get laid, and I doubt that will help. It would have been nice. It would have been nice. Maybe in my own fantasy, if he came up here. If I had a white knight come up here where I lived and just took me on a couple dates and tell me how beautiful I am.
Now, remember what I said about paying very close attention to what she says she wants and desires, right? This is one of those chances for you to hone in on what she's talking about right now. Right now.
Just hold me. Just hold me. That's all I ask.
Please don't yell.
Funny bit of nerd trivia. This is actually rare deleted footage from Return of the Jedi of Job after the Rancor got crushed.
Oh, you're fucked up for that.
Ask him just to hold me. He can't even do that. I'm not worthy of it. I don't even know why. I don't even know why. And I talked to basically a perfect stranger today over my problems, and I probably look like a fucking nutcase to him, but it's okay, because he's probably a fucking nutcase too.
Please don't yell.
Is this the acting that the chocolate atheist talked about, aka G-Bum?
Yeah, it's hard to tell when it's acting and when it's real, right? It's sort of when you need it for an argument. That's when it's acting.
Like me. It hurts so bad when you're in love with someone and their feelings don't even reciprocate.
I just read Saga's message. Watching this video feels like an alien trying their best to act human if their only exposure to humans was soap operas. No, that's true, and Saga's been around to watch this live along with me and a few others, and this is how Shanny thinks that women who are distraught behave. That's what you're watching, right? No, I'm not going to deny at any point that she actually was hurt by the divorce, but the way that she's trying to express that is through sort of putting on this facade of what the distraught ex-lover would look like and would need to sort of feel, right? And so when you heard her appeal earlier to what she wants and desires, that plays into that.
It hurts so bad being in love with someone and they don't even want you. And you thought they did. And you thought they did. You thought they loved you with all their heart. You thought they would die for you like they said they would. You thought they would be with you like they said they would. And they just strip it away. They just strip all that love and that confidence that you had, and they just tear it apart. And I'm so alone, and I'm tired of being alone. My husband made me feel so alone all the time. I just wanted just to feel something. And then they use this excuse like you're manipulating him. Or they use excuses like one thing led to another. Or they use excuses like I'm drunk. They use all these excuses, but at the same time they're ignoring someone who actually fucking cares. I need my Adam. I need my David.
Pay attention.
I need it. I need it. And I know people are like, you need to go think about yourself first. You need to take care of yourself first. But it's like at the same time, I am taking care of myself. It's just, I have all these feelings. And I just want to feel loved. And I'm dead inside. I'm just dead inside.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers cannot lie.
Kuna tachunka Shanny. Oh, Jabby like his kawa.
I know, John, nothing in this world can make me happy, but God's not making me happy either right now. Because he took so much away from me. He took so much away from me. He took it all. Everything. He took it all. To feel loved. To feel wanted. To feel desired is all I ever really wanted. To feel that. Hashem has not taken anything. The Lord gives life. Where is my life? Loneliness? That's my life? It's loneliness? I can't take it anymore. I've been so lonely for so long. I don't want to be lonely anymore. I want to be happy. I want to be cherished. Would you tell another C what a Christian about not getting your prayers answered? Oh, Christians are the worst in the world, I'll tell you. They are the worst. They make promises to you and then they break them. They are the worst liars in the world because they put God, they use God to cover up their fucking lies.
Now, I want to highlight something here. Remember when Shanny, or actually specifically and almost entirely, I'll say Rev, Shanny to a lesser degree, depicts me as someone who just goes after Christians to dismantle Christians and besmirch Christians and demean them. Listen to what she's saying here, because this plays into sort of the victim complex as well, because you'll see her turn on and off her religiosity when it's very convenient for her, and this is one of those occasions. Because suppose a Christian has hurt her, that means every single Christian out there is now culpable for their or for that person's actions. So Chris and Jason obviously speak for all Christians.
You other brothers cannot lie.
Irish Devil, Shanny is the boss mutant in the 4 sequel.
And it's not even fucking right, because it's like, at the same time, I'm a believer in Christ. I am. But at the same time, I realize the hypocrisy of Christianity. I realize that.
It's not the fault of the men in your life. It's not that. It's not the people themselves. It's the entire religion's fault now. That's interesting. Again, something to pay attention to.
I realize that most Christians are pieces of fucking shit. But it's like, all these Christians, they always fucking hurt me. Do they really have compassion like they say they do? They say they care for you like Jesus does. But do they really do? Do they really do? No, they fucking don't. They use this stuff as a fucking display so they can make themselves feel better about themselves, about what kind of shit human beings they are. It's like when I was in a mental hospital after trying to kill myself recently. Sometimes I think maybe I did kill myself and I'm in a state of hell. But it's like, it's like, they don't fucking care. These Christians, they don't fucking care about fucking nothing. And I'm trying to go and say, hey, put love first, put love first, put love first. And I put love first, and it's just nothing but sorrow. There's just nothing sorrow in this world. This world is nothing but.
She is drinking, by the way, during this, because that always helps. But hey, she's a big girl, so she can make those type of choices. We've all drank when we've been sad, but this is clearly someone who's unmedicated, and we'll get to that a bit later. And going through a divorce, you know what? Drown your sorrows. That's fine. Some of you have pointed out, where's the kids? That'll become obvious. Not this episode, I think. Actually, I think toward the end there'll be a reference to what's going on, where they're at, who's with them. But they're fine. And sort of the direction that she's trying to go in. And it's a question drag. If she had chosen to finish school, get a good paying job, and financial self-sufficiency, she would not have all these insecurities in her life, and she's a total dependent because of poor choices. Absolutely. So I want to actually make something clear. I give shit towards Betty for several reasons, but one of the things that I will say is that Shanny has a support system unlike many people I know. There are a lot of people I've met in my life, and they would kill for the type of support system that Shanny has had all throughout her life. Shanny has tossed it away because she wants the drama. She wants to be codependent because she can't actually control herself. And that's something that I've seen consistently with anyone that's ever been in her life. Because, people can presume what happens in people's lives, but...
Please don't yell.
This is sappy even for me, the tree.
Ha 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 ha. But the people in her life, the ex-husbands, family members, have all sort of pointed out and verified the things that a lot of us have sort of thought about her over the years. She's codependent. Absolutely down to the very atom that makes up the last piece of adipose tissue in her pinky toe. She is codependent. She is not the type of person to pull herself up by her bootstraps or anything close to that. She will always be dependent upon other people and then toss them aside when they are no longer useful to her. And because Rev the piggy bank still has money, he's still useful, and as a source of what many women call in-house penis, which I think is a hilarious fucking phrase. But yeah, that's what I find very, very interesting. I don't think that what we see here is all that strange on the surface. Yes, she's putting on an act here as far as the waterworks, because there aren't any, but the emotions she's feeling are real. She is actually very upset. She is drowning her sorrows, like many of us have, but Shanny takes it to the next level with some of the things that's coming out of her mouth. If you pay very close attention to that, you'll find that her priorities reflect her broken and disjointed state of mind.
Sorrow. I remember, like a week ago, I was crying in my cab because there was this couple in my car, and they looked like they were so in love, and they started kissing each other, and it's like, here I am driving them this long drive down this dark road, miles and miles from this actual city I live in. And they were kissing each other, and they were telling each other how sorrowful, and I realized my marriage at that point was just fucking dead. And I was just crying the whole time. I didn't make a sound, but just tears running down my face. I am in Gehenna. I am John. I am in Gehenna. I am in hell. And people don't understand that I need my Adam. They say take care of yourself first. And I am taking care of myself, but it's like at the same time, I want my Adam. I'm not good by myself. I'm not. I'm a miserable wreck. And I thought I found someone. I thought I found someone, and he just fucking abandons me out of nowhere. He just abandons me like I'm a piece of shit. And he calls me manipulative. And I'm not. I'm just saying how I feel. It's not fucking right. This world is not right. There's something really wrong with this world. There's something wrong with this world, with this life. And I don't want to be here anymore. I want to be set free. I want to go back home. I want to feel loved and cared for. I need my Adam. I need my David. And he's not there. He's gone. He's gone. And I feel like God has abandoned me through all of it. It's like, here I am. I'm 33 years old, like Jesus was. And I'm right on the cross with him. And I'm crying. I was saying, God, why have you forsaken me? Why have you forsaken me? And I know I'm gross right now. I really don't care if I'm gross right now. It really doesn't matter. And then they say, why are you so carnal? And I'm carnal because I'm a human being. I'm carnal because I'm a woman, and I have needs, and my needs are not fulfilled. They haven't been fulfilled for 7 years. And it's probably been longer than that, to tell you the truth. I've probably never been fully fulfilled about anything. And I feel so alone. And so abandoned. And I just want to be loved. I just want to be I just want to be loved. I just want to be loved. I just want someone to be there and be like, okay, I'll take care of you, and I want some fucking Christian man.
Yelling in your ear. Please don't yell.
Just imagine that driver review. Fetch smelled like cat piss and wouldn't stop crying. 0 stars. Would not recommend.
That's probably what it was like. She was driving a cab, and as you heard, actually, I'm going to probably play a little bit from the dad and mom when they were talking about this time period, because Shanny, obviously, well, she makes up shit, so they're going to correct that. So I'm going to play that here in a minute. Saga Count Drag, remember when she was making these videos, we knew back then they were directed towards Jason. That context might have been lost. So thank you, Saga. If it's not obvious who she's talking about when she says she needs her Adam, she's talking about Jason. Anytime you hear her and speak about somewhat of a vague character or an ambiguous male character in her life that has forsaken her, that's not giving her attention, she's talking about Jason. Now, there were other suitors at this time, right? And you'll hear the mom talk about that, not in this video, but another video. There's a guy named, I think, Greg. There was obviously G-Man. We have G-Man specific videos. There was Scott, the guy who came in to hang out from the first part, Positively Godless, because he actually lives fairly close to her at the time. So there were several guys on her mind, and you'll hear about them. But primarily, she was targeting Jason, and we all know why. But let me actually, let me bring up the parents' video, and I think I know the timestamp. Actually, yep, 16 minutes. 16 minutes in, so let's do that.
Okay, I think we're live.
Hi, I'd like to point this towards Shannon for Christ, or Shanny for Christ, as most of you know her. I just want you to know that things need to get set straight. There's a lot of things that she's reporting that are not true.
Jail. I guess they didn't allow her to bathe or something. I don't know. Her feet were black. And
she was barefoot, walking around the city.
She said, Chris left me. I just got out of jail. I don't know where my boys are. So I said, okay, come in the house. One of her co-workers from when she was driving a taxi cab during that time when Chris cut his job back because he was going to go to school. So he was working, I guess, 20 hours a week at that time. When she told Chris that I fucking hate you. And this is after he supported her and her children on a just slightly over minimum wage job for 7 years.
Yeah.
You know, since they had gotten married. He actually married her to help her get her kids back, to make a united front, to make it seem like she was stable and he was going to.
That was at the suggestion of Aaron's husband, who's a lawyer. And they thought it was a good idea, so they got married. They got married Christmas, or it wasn't Christmas. It wasn't Christmas. It was actually just a couple of days before Halloween.
Actually, it wouldn't have mattered even if they did get married. She still had that relationship with him. I mean, the marriage was just really a piece of paper.
It just looks official. That's all.
Yeah, we all had to get together as a family, even my kids that lived down in North Carolina, and we had to have conference calls. It was every week or something like that.
Yeah, so that sort of gives you guys an idea. This is the parents talking about what you're watching now is the cab comment. That's that period of time, and so although she was walking around town, black feet and all that happened before this video was shot, with her sitting there blubbering. Who wants to hear the segment where the dad talks about Shanny having sex with the underage boy? Some of you have actually heard that clip before, but many of the new people don't know about that. And that's something I kind of keep under the hat for obvious reasons. It's pretty inflammatory. And again, this is just the dad's, to the best of his recollection. Suppose he knew who the young boy was, and Shanny, I mean, I'm honestly not surprised in the least by any of it. But it's interesting, as much as Shanny calls other people rapists, she seems to be a big fan of that herself. So, oh, y'all want to see it? Okay, all right. So where's the timestamp? Here we go. I found it.
But that's a civil service
And
job.
she went to live with him. Now tell him how that turned out.
Oh, that turned out real good. I found her in bed with a 15-year-old, and she was an 18-year-old. I mean, I had to chase a naked 15-year-old boy out of my house after they were caught together.
There's a lot of history on it.
There's stuff on this, and it's.
Oh, I want to show you something. I want you to
just
look at this. Look at this. Someone came on with a sock account, and it says St. Louis.
Some kind of Christian man to keep his promises with me, and they don't. They fucking spit you up and throw you out because they realize you're not perfect. No, I'm sorry. I'm not perfect. I never will be perfect. I don't think I have it in my capacity to be perfect. But I can love like no tomorrow. I can love like no tomorrow. But
Dad dropping dimes.
Do they truly want love? No.
Oh, by the way, let me get on camera for this because this is going to be a shitstorm later again. I made the dad say that. So if you guys don't know, I traveled back in time and I paid the underage boy to seduce Shanny, and then using a cocktail of aerosolized aphrodisiacs, I made them have sex after I traveled back in time. Okay. So that's why that happened. And it's not Shanny's fault for sleeping with underage boys. This is all my fault, okay? I'm taking responsibility for Shanny being a hoe, right? A hoe that sleeps with underage people. So, just so we get that out the way now. And so, I can't wait to hear the excuse for this one. Now, mind you, I've been sitting on that for quite some time. This is not the first time I played that. But I could have played that back when she was calling me and my brothers rapists. So I said, no, this is not the right time. I think now's a good time to revisit this right here, because that's her dad. Now you have to ask yourself, why would the dad make that up? If just of all the stuff for parents to say about, why would he make that up? What's the motivation? Because it kind of makes him look bad too. Not gonna lie, but I mean, you can't control that. There ain't nobody control that. But man, it's play the clip where Shay says that having sex with someone under 18 is rape. Oh yeah, it's not a problem. I got you. So you want to play that? Got you. Because I'll show you exactly where I got it from. Where is oh, did I take it? Nope. Hold on. Because it is it Jason Derulo? No, what is that guy's name? What is that guy's name? Because I have it in my history. The issue is when you start scrolling through stuff on your phone, it puts it in your Brandon Cavillo.
Rape. It's called statutory rape. You other person cannot lie.
Was that 15-year-old took one for the team? Oof.
People are gonna be like, it's not rape. Actually, it is rape. According to the state of California, it's rape. It's called this about Brandon Cavillo being a rapist to a 17-year-old girl. Okay, now granted, people are gonna be like, it's not rape. Actually, it is rape. According to the state of California.
Found her in bed with a 15-year-old and she was an 18-year-old.
Yeah. It's rape. It's called statutory rape. Having sex with an underage person is statutory rape.
I'm glad you know that now, Shanny. I'm so glad we cleared that up. So, anyway, back to the show, folks.
No, they truly don't want to be loved. These Christian men, they don't want to be loved. They don't want to be truly loved. They don't want that. They don't want Eve. They don't want to taste Eve. They don't even want to have anything to do with Eve because they're so consumed with their own fucking lives. They're all consumed with staying in their fucking cave and smoking all day or drinking all day. Some kind of fucked up bullshit, right? And I'm trying to get myself pulled together, but at the same time, I can't pull myself together. I cannot pull myself together. And I want to pull myself together. I'm just having such a hard time with it. My whole world. I feel like fucking Job. And I love what God says in Job. I know he says it in Job, but at the same time, it's like, why are you doing this to me? Have I not been loyal to you? Have I not done what I could have for you? I surrendered my whole life to you, Lord. I surrendered my whole life to you. You take it all away. All at once. You couldn't even do it in like a concession. Instead, you just take it away. All at once. You take away it all at once. And I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. I can't take the loneliness. I can't take it in my head. I'm not asking for a perfect person. I'm not. I'm just asking to be loved. I don't know if I can handle this anymore, though. That's the problem. I don't know if I can handle this anymore. There's just so much to take. And I don't want to worry my parents. I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying. And it's just, I'm not good enough to be strong. I'm not good enough to be strong. I'm not strong enough. I'm weak. And I'm vulnerable. He killed me. He killed me as a person. He killed me as a person. It's not right. It's not right. And all I want to do is just say his name. And I can't. I can't even say his name. Because he won't even let me say his name. He doesn't fucking care enough. He doesn't fucking care enough. I'm just so alone. I'm so alone. And there's nothing anyone can do to take that away from me. I'm so alone.
I gotta step on rocks. Ow, ow, ow.
Hi, Mama. I didn't mean to worry you. I didn't want to worry you.
The days are gonna get better, okay? And you can't. It's gonna get better.
I don't know anymore if it is, Mom.
It's gonna get better.
So this is Betty. If you've never seen Betty, this is the mom who abused her entire life. This is the mom who used to wrench her arm and pull it out of the socket for fun. This is the mom who took her time to manipulate her and just to do things to her to sort of trigger her her BPD. That's again something to keep in mind as Shanny's going through all these histrionics.
It'll get better. Why don't you come in?
Because I'm smoking.
Why? Smoking stinks.
It does.
It's gonna get better.
But it's something.
I know. I know.
I need a vacation, I think.
Ugh. Don't we all? Don't we all? We're going to the Blueberry Festival next weekend. We'll bring the kids, okay?
I'm so alone,
You
Mom. I'm so alone.
No, you're not. You got all of us. You got lots of really beautiful friends online.
My heart is so broken.
I know, honey. Alcohol's a depressant. That doesn't help much.
No.
Okay?
No.
Why don't you come in?
Just give me a moment. I need to just get this all out of my system.
Okay. I love you.
I love you. I love you, Mama.
Love you too.
She's been working hard. She needs a vacation.
At least my mama's there for me. I didn't even ever think that would ever happen. I don't know what I'm doing anymore in my life. I really don't know what I'm doing anymore in my life. I don't. Tequila, by the way, is not a friend of mine. I'll tell you the truth. I fell in love with someone that wasn't my husband.
Wait, hold on now. Hold on for a second, folks. I was under the impression that you were entirely faithful your entire marriage. That's what I was told, and that Chris was the one who cheated, and you were the bestest wife ever. I wonder who she could be referring to here. Anybody have a guess who she could be talking about? Who she fell in love with? Anybody? Any takers? Anybody want to just take a shot in the dark as to who she could be talking about here in this here video? Any idea?
2 months ago. And he's the YouTuber here. And you probably know who he is. No, just let me be.
It's okay. Your mom and dad love you.
I love you, Daddy. I know.
Does that voice sound familiar in the background?
You take care of yourself, okay?
I'm trying.
All right. Hi, everybody.
Thank you, Daddy.
Voice sound a little familiar? The same so the same voice that you guys heard tell you all that she was having sex with underage boy is the same voice you just heard in this video in 2017. Same guy.
I want to see you this sad.
There's nothing you can do about it, Dad.
I know, but if there's anything I could do, please let us know.
I don't think there's anything you can do.
That doesn't mean we're not gonna try.
So we've established that she's saying the same guy, same voice. That's her dad, and you can kind of see him just off camera. So that's interesting. Now, she said that the person that she was falling in love with, during her marriage, was a YouTuber. Now let's see if she talks about him a little more, because let's see if we can figure out who she's talking about here.
I fell in love with a YouTuber here. I fell in love with him deep, and he led me on.
And he led you on, really? So help me. I'm having trouble this morning, folks. Is that an active or passive thing? If you are leading someone on, is that an active sort of behavior, or is it just sort of passive? Because I was under the impression that if you are leading someone on, you have to actively do that. That's not something that just sort of happens spontaneously. You have to make sort of a concerted effort to lead somebody on. I want to make sure, because these details are pretty important, because I want to play something that some of you have probably already seen very recently, and it's sort of a retelling of events that may or may not be accurate. So let's just see.
And you probably know his name. And this morning, he told me he wanted nothing to do with me. My marriage was falling apart. I knew it. Chris kept getting more violent with me. Kept getting more bad with me. Kept hating me more. And I fell in love with someone that wasn't my husband. And it's so hard because
I fell in love with someone that wasn't my husband.
I love this man, and I kept it under wraps for 5 years.
So wait, hold on. Let me get the closed caption on it, because I think this is pretty important. So can y'all see what the closed, because Dragnauct, I'm just making up stuff, right? So let's read what the closed caption had to say, because maybe it's a Google conspiracy involved with this. Maybe that's what's going on here. So let's see what the Google conspiracy machine says. I kept it under wraps for 5 years.
Please don't. Yelling in your ear.
Please don't yell.
I hope her and Jason go completely poor. Homeless. I hope she permanently lose her kids. Stay with her, Jason. Stay with her, rich boy.
Exactly. I hope they stay together forever. So the Google conspiracy machine here is saying that what Shanny just said was I kept other under wraps for 5 years. Huh. So that's your marriage. Wait, hold on. Your marriage only lasted 6 years, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, you were only married 6 or 7 years. Yeah. So. What was that? Rev is a damn home wrecker. Angry Bro. I'm just reading off. I'm just reading the super chats and shit. I'm just reading. So for the majority, whether it was 6 or 7 years, regardless, the majority of her marriage, she's been in love with another man, another YouTuber. That's disconcerting. That's damn near her whole marriage, either way. That's fascinating, isn't it, folks? Again, there's a reason I'm playing this video. But, again, I made her say this. I made her fall in love with another YouTuber. I did all this. This is all my fault. Remember when Shanny said it's the YouTubers, people instigating stuff in her life that caused her the downfall of her marriage? That's weird. So I want to know how me and Saga and Burnt Toast and everybody went back 4 or 5 years ago and inserted ourselves in her marriage and made her fall in love with another YouTuber, which we still don't know who it is. We don't know. She could be talking about anybody. So let's see if she describes them. Let's get some hints.
Over how much I love this person. I fell in love with this person's soul. I fell in love with his soul. I fell in love with his soul. And I thought he fell in love with my soul too. And he just...
Well, why would you think that he fell in love with you, Shanny? Maybe Shanny was just... Maybe it was just... He was trying to keep it platonic, and Shanny was a thirsty asshole. Maybe that's what it was.
Fucking yanks at my heartstrings, and he just fucking annihilates it. And it's not G-Man.
Okay, there we go. So we've eliminated G-Man. We've eliminated G-Man. So he said it's not him now. So he's out of the running. So we have Scott, Positively Godless, the guy that you saw come in the hangout earlier, and we saw the main attraction to that, Jason Egroff, aka Rev News. So between Chief Pringles Can, Jason, and Scott, it could be anybody, right? So because we've eliminated G-Man from this.
It's not G-Man. G-Man's been nothing but a perfect gentleman to me, by the way. And I wish, in all honesty at this point, I wish G-Man would just say, hey, let's just get together.
And come pound me out.
But it's not G-Man.
Come clap these cheeks.
It's not. And it's just, it's really hard when you fall in love with someone online. And I remember when I was 17, I fell in love with someone online, and he lived in England. His name was Dan Byron, and he was from England. And he was so beautiful to me. So beautiful to me. I think we were together for like 2 years. Just talking to each other on Yahoo Chat. This is how long ago it was. And he fulfilled a part of me. And then I fell in love with this guy for 5 years. I've been in love with someone secretly for 5 years. Because I heard what he said about Jesus. It's a Christian man, by the way.
Okay, so we've actually eliminated. So I don't know the religious affiliation to Chief Pringles Can, aka Greg. We don't know his religious affiliation, so it could be him. But now we've eliminated Positively Godless because, well, he's Positively Godless, Scott. So Scott's out of the running. So it's Rev News or Chief Pringles Can, right? So there's a few inches in difference between these two guys. So maybe she'll give us some more hints as to who this guy is.
And he led me on. It like a few nights ago, we actually had, something. And I thought, oh, wow, finally I can feel loved. And then this morning,
He just strips it away from me. Like I'm nothing. Like I'm nothing, and then blames it on being just drunk. Like you I'm sorry, you don't still put a whole fucking 3-month love affair on someone and then say it's because you were drunk. You know my series of David and Bathsheba?
Okay, so we got another clue here. He's a Christian, he's online, and he communicates with Shanny drunk. Now, I'm at a loss as to who she could be talking about that was communicating with her throughout her marriage that she's been in love with for 5 years. Who could have been talking to her drunk? I wonder who that is. Are you all curious who that is? I don't know. Like, where's Carmen Sandiego? I'm gonna have to play Blues Clues to figure out who Shanny's talking about that she's been secretly having an affair with online, right? And this emotional relationship, her entire marriage. Who could she be talking about? I don't know. Let's listen to some more.
That was about him. And Uriah is my husband. And Uriah's dead, and he promised me, this is how deep it went with our relationship. He promised me if anything, and he promised me in front of God, we made a covenant that we would be together if anything happened between me and my husband. And now he just
Wait. So this person who's a Christian man, who's online, you met YouTuber, who talks to you drunk, and also promised you, and this is interesting. He promised to be there and be with you should something happen to you and your husband. And now what you're upset about is that he didn't come through on that, which, okay, fair enough. But now, to be making those type of plans, that takes some interaction. That takes some forward momentum. That's an active role in a lot of this. So you can't play a passive role in a relationship with someone while being a homewrecker. I'm sorry, that's not... let me not mince words here. That's exactly what the fuck's going on here. Okay, cool. So, can y'all figure out who she's talking about here? Because I have an idea. Because I was told that a particular somebody didn't do any of this shit. I was told that wouldn't. So I'm gonna let this guy right here tell you all what went down, right? And so he's gonna be very honest with you. How do we know that? He's going to tell us that he's not going to lie and that he's going to be very honest. That's how we know. Okay? If you haven't seen this video, it's fucking hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But I'm playing it for context. Now, based on what we already know, based on what you just heard, listen to this.
Hey guys, how you doing? You obviously do because you just made a video. So I'm going to do this video. This is for you, Shanny.
I made a video on Trump.
No. Come on. So, a certain individual is making content about Shanny's past marriage with Chris. Okay? So here's my part and my 5 cents that I'm going to put into it because this guy has an audience. So, you know, stuff has to be said. And a video will be made about this too. Drag, you're a loser, dude. Like, can you please get a life?
Thank you, Rev. I appreciate that. So I went into great detail last night about what I think about that little comment, but I'm going to keep it very short and sweet. When you can find your own wife and you don't have to steal them from someone else, come talk to me.
And make your own content. You're not stupid. I know you're not. Anyway, come up with something, bro. Game. Just play a game or something.
I did. I played Phasmophobia and I posted it on my channel. Next.
People will watch you. Talk shit about Christians and play a game.
Talk shit about Christians. Okay. No. I'd rather point out fucked up people. Their religious affiliation doesn't mean shit to me. I care about who you are as a person.
There you go. Anyway, here's how I feel. And this is truly how I feel about the Chris thing. Okay? I'll be 100% honest with you about all.
He's going to, now listen, you guys heard him. He's going to be 100% honest here. All right? He prefaces this for a reason. And make sure y'all listen to some background noise. Let me make sure y'all can hear this. He's going to be, I'm placing emphasis on this for a reason. He's going to be 100% honest. What you're going to hear him say now is the absolute truth. This is the reality. No chaser. No spin. Nothing. Nothing at all, okay? Just the truth.
All the Chris stuff. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I was so deep in alcoholism at the time that I didn't even know Shanny and Chris were having problems.
Now, how many of you believe that? Based on what you just heard Shanny say, based on what you know about him, based on what you already know, devoid of anything that I've said, how many of you all, because he's watching right now, if y'all didn't know that, he's watching. How many of, and he's watching the chat, how many of you all believe that he knew nothing about what was going on in their marriage? For better or worse? How many of you all actually believe that? If you do, say it, because I would love to get some sort of pushback. Because I'll tell you, I think that's an absolute lie. I think Shanny was 100% honest with if someone's having an emotional affair with you throughout their entire marriage, at no point in time are they going to tell you how that marriage is going and the issues that they're having in said marriage. Come on now, I wasn't born fucking yesterday. That's bullshit. That's absolutely, and Cindy caught it. And you see he's already trying to discharge responsibility. Did you catch that? He can't even acknowledge it. He can't even cop to it. Nope, lies. Why you gotta be lying? Liar, like for reals. Very individual. Even I don't believe he didn't know. Yeah, see, no, it's bullshit. You don't talk to somebody like Shanny was talking to him and not mention the status of the marriage. That's one of the first things that you talk about. One of the very first things. Because you know what? I would have more respect for Rev if he said, you know what? Hate the player. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Chris was fucking up and I stole his bitch. I would honestly, and that's absolutely fucking disrespectful, but I would respect him more if he actually said that. He was slipping and I got his girl. It is what it is. Learn to play the game better. And you know what? I'd respect his pimp game. All right, cool, man. All right. You won. I mean, you didn't win. You didn't win nothing, but you won. Fine. And what could you say? But this little pansy bullshit, oh, I was so drunk, I didn't know what. That's bullshit. If you could make plans to be there for her should something happen to her husband, you were cognizant enough of what was going on to make that promise, but not cognizant enough to know the status of the marriage. All of us must have been born yesterday, I guess, because that's fucking stupid. And I was thinking about this earlier, because I know some of you have sent emails and some people have asked, when someone tells you they're going to be 100% honest, they're about to lie to you. Exactly. Yeah, thank you, Martin. Exactly. You shouldn't have to preface that. We shouldn't presume that you're going to lie to us, right? So you could prepare and go, well, I'm going to be honest now. That there's already a problem. But some people have sent emails. Some people hit me up on Discord and, asked me in random streams. And it's sort of, the sentiment is, does Rev really believe the stuff that he's saying? Because he expects people to believe some fairly outlandish things. And the answer is yes. He actually believes what he's saying. And this is just from me knowing this guy for years, and sort of observing his behavior. And the best way that I can sort of translate what goes on here, because like I said, the reason I wanted to ask all of you whether you believe that or not is because he thinks that you're going to believe that. He honestly thinks that. And that's because for years he's surrounded himself with very gullible people. And so when he goes online, he's a watcher, as he calls it. I'm a watcher. The fuck that is. He goes online, he makes up shit. Fucking conspiracies. I'm not talking about certain conspiracies some of us believe in. You know what? The government has something to do with JFK's assassination. I strongly believe that, actually. Right? There's evidence pointing to the government was involved in that. I'm talking about like lizard people kind of conspiracies that they're in fucking New World Order controlled by aliens sort of shit. Right? That sort of stuff. Like far outlandish, crazy shit that there's no actual empirical evidence for. Not even remotely. Not even the wildest stretch of your imagination. So he's surrounded himself with people that are very educated, are very gullible, and that will believe the bullshit that comes out of his mouth. And so he's sort of primed to put on this facade of knowing what the deal is and presenting it in such a way that it will be believed by an audience. That's what he's used to. And so that's what you see here, right? All that, him prefacing, oh, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Here's the facts. Yeah, all that. This is his fucking stage appearance. Like this is the facade. This is it. And that's why he expects all of you to believe, because that's what he's used to. Now, the vast majority of you aren't fucking dumb like his audience was. You understand human interactions. Some of you have been in some of these situations, or you've known someone who was creeping around during their marriage, or you might have been that person. You might have been on the receiving end. You've at some point, that scenario, that very real scenario, has crept into your life one way or another. So you know how things progress. It's not rocket science. It's really not. But because he has this image of himself, he has to offer you this fucking sugar-coated version of events so that it doesn't make him look like he was a homewrecker. And he was. Like, that's exactly what the fuck he was doing. It's totally rocket surgery, yeah. But it is what it is, right? It's just done and over with. There's no reason to sugarcoat it because all of us who are adults recognize Rev's role in Shanny's marriage. And that he did actually contribute to the dissolution of the marriage between Shanny and Chris Dornbush. That is demonstrable fact by all parties. But he can't internalize that. That's the issue. That is the issue. He can't actually internalize that and accept it because he has this poor image of himself that he doesn't like. And his behavior reflects that. And so this is evidence towards the depiction of himself that he doesn't like. So he has to then distort it so that it's not as bad as it really is. That's what this is. These are just mental gymnastics that he expects all of us to go along with. And that's not the case. Again, none of us are fucking stupid. So, here's that.
I was basically mired in Nadia's hangouts. And then
Please don't yell.
What is Rev gonna do when Shanny makes his mommy's money all gone? That's the real question. He is 40 years old and can't earn a living.
He'll be homeless. He'll simply be homeless. He's not preparing himself in such a way that it's going to become a reality in his mind, right? Because he doesn't know what to do. He's not earned any money outside of what he's already been given, right? Any venture that he's tried to go into, the books, the website, that's based on mommy's money. That's not based on what Jason himself has earned. So he doesn't he can't even comprehend that. But it's going to suck. But he's probably going to end up homeless.
After she had left, I went back to what I was doing. Really, I was watching. I was a watchman. That was my channel on YouTube until I deleted it. So to be honest, to be 100% honest with you, I found out, and I was like, "What? A knife was pulled, and all this crazy shit." And then Shanny called me, and we were talking about it. I was like, "Holy crap! I didn't even know any of this happened. I didn't. I hadn't know. It shocked the crap out of me." I heard from like a third-hand source that like this stuff went down, and I'm like, "What?" And then soon after that, it was either I called Shanny or she called me, and I was like, "What the hell happened?" And then she told me the story of what happened, and then we just started talking, just like a support.
Right. So he had no idea the details of the arrest of her assaulting her brother-in-law and then going to jail. So he found out from a third-hand source the specifics behind that. And, of course, he got Shanny's version of events, which includes the family dog attacking the brother-in-law. If you didn't catch that last time, that's not a joke. Shanny literally blamed the physical assault of Chris's brother on the family dog. Yeah.
Like a Christian talking to another Christian. And it developed into a relationship. That's what happened.
Christian talking to another Christian, and it developed into a relationship. Now, that's his version of events. You just heard Shanny say that they'd been having a romantic relationship for about 5 years. Now, which one of these stories is true? You're going to find out in a second.
And then it came to a point where it was like, okay, like, do you want to really do this? Do you want to do it? And yeah, let's do it. That's literally how we got together.
That's literally how they got together.
But I had known Shannon for years prior. Years. And it's just, we had a YouTube, friendship. A YouTube friendship. She's a Christian. I'm a Christian. It'd be no different. When we were talking as friends, it was like no different than me talking to like G-Man or Veckel or something.
So there was no difference, even though Shanny just said in the video that they've been having a romantic relationship, right? Romantic interests in one another for about 5 years. Rev here is saying that his communication with her was as platonic as it was with a male Christian brother. So again, we're getting two versions of events. We're going to see which one's true.
Like that, it was no different. So that's how we got together, literally. It's not like this, oh my God, this big deal. It's not. But I know what's going to happen, and this is why I'm making the video, because there's going to be people saying that, like, number one, that I was talking to her when she was married. Not true.
So we heard Shanny say that she was talking to you while she was married. That's how we know that. It's not me or anybody else making up anything. We literally heard her just say it. 5 years, Rev. 5 years.
At all. I wasn't talking to her on a romantic level at all.
At all. Now you heard him. Now you all heard him. He said, and he's drawn the line in the sand, he was not talking to her on a romantic level at all during her marriage to Chris for the 6 or 7 years they were married. You all heard it, right? Wait.
Until she had divorce papers. She made a video.
Now, the second it started getting romantic, it went from platonic to romantic, the second that she had papers in hand of the divorce. That's what Rev is saying right here. This is 100% the truth. He said literally twice, and that's how it is, okay? All right, y'all ready?
Where she was walking in, I believe it was Duluth, and she was doing her paperwork for the divorce. I had never once talked to her in a romantic way.
I never once, and he's reiterating, he never once spoke to her in a romantic way
Till after that.
Till after she had papers in hand. Till she was in the court, she had papers in hand of the divorce. He never, Rev, never spoke to Shanny in a romantic way. All right. Now, we're about halfway through the video, and that's been consistent this entire time. He said this is the honest truth, no bullshit, 100% accurate.
She was divorced. Period.
Not entirely accurate.
Whatever.
But
whatever.
Until the marriage ended and he left me, that's when the talks went.
Whoa, hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. That doesn't look like the face of confidence to me. Shanny with the correction. We started talking once the marriage was over, not the paperwork was signed. There's a difference. The romance was gone from my marriage, but I was still married, and we were talking, sir. That's what she's telling him right now. And so he's whatever. That's a huge distinction. A huge distinction. Because he placed a major emphasis on the fact that she literally had paper in hand in the courthouse. Now all of a sudden, that's not true. And now you see the look on his fucking face right now tells you everything you need to know. He's caught. He knows good and goddamn well he was lying. We all knew that he was lying. This is the bullshit. This is why no one believes you. Hi, Rev. This is why nobody believes you. Right here. And Shanny, of all people, and now she decides she wants to tell the truth.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you were not with him. You were going to get divorced.
Okay. Again, huge distinction. Going to get divorced and getting... That's like, well, I'm going to go have surgery and I've had surgery. I'm on the operating table. That's a huge difference, Rev. So at this point, I'm pretty sure y'all are just like face palming right now. Well, I opened up test bed. Let's go ahead and get in here. Because I'm pretty sure y'all have a lot to say about this. But this is the bullshit that I talk about. You have to wonder why he's trying to rewrite history when we have the video. He has access to these same videos. He watched and participated in them live. So he should know what they're about. But fine. He knows Fundy Archive. He's referenced it. Before making this video, he could have went back and watched that fucking video. Like, it's crazy to me that he needs to rewrite history now. When it's clear what happened. Alright, so let's open test bed. Alright. Actually, we put it out here. Link to join. Because I want to hear from you all, you folks. We'll get some new folks in here too. Folks who haven't participated very much. Because it's hilarious. He did he did all that for half of the video only to be checked halfway through on the actual turn of events. And there was no reason for him to lie about that. Like, I don't understand, Rev. I don't understand. Why do you make shit harder for yourself? Why do you make shit harder for yourself? Oh, it's the truth. This is the truth. It's the truth. 100%. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, that's Saga. All right. David Anthony. All right. We got folks who. Okay. We got old school folks here.
Okay, I got 3 points. One, can you hear me? All right. One, the series of videos about David, Uriah, and Bathsheba. Like, anybody who knows that biblical story knows that David killed Uriah to steal Bathsheba. So, right there, you've done screwed up. 2, you didn't talk to her any different than you did Veckel or Gary, so you had phone sex with Gary and Veckel too.
Yeah, I found that part a little disturbing, but you know how he omitted that.
And at the very beginning of the Cry porch video thing, she says he was part of the dissolution of their marriage. That he contributed to it and then abandoned her. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, Shanny clearly outlines that Rev's participation in the dissolution of the marriage was, I mean, it's not really unremarkable for most of us who sort of know how things progress, but it's obvious. It's obvious to all parties. Yet, it's weird now that Jason wants to rewrite history when we have Shanny and all the other parties saying that he participated in it.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the weirdest things, because like this isn't new. Like, we knew this stuff years ago, because there's another video that exists out there. I know I only watched it like a year or so ago. But there was like this really awkward moment where after Chris and Shanny break up, the Shanny's relying on rebounding with Jason, and she does everything possible, even as far as to hit on like G-Man, trying to make him jealous, and these, but like most commonly, these straight up videos attacking him and actually blaming him for what happened in her marriage. Just like, oh, you did all this thing, and then all of a sudden now you're just running away type thing. Like, she was goading him into a relationship. It was really fucked up. But like,
do you remember the blackmail video?
Yes, exactly. Like, that's what I'm talking about. And but like, the thing is, like, so this is what she's doing. And this is, so when people say this, like, that this, like, oh, can you just leave, Jason and Shanny alone or whatever, that's fine. They're together now. They can do their own thing. But let's not kid ourselves. When all this shit was going down, when she broke up with Chris, when she was pursuing Jason, every single fucking person knew that was her intention, that she was trying to get this guy. Like, and she was pushing fucking hard for it. And the more that she pushed for it, the more information that came out that showed, oh, wow, she's been doing this for years.
I mean, it's pretty blatantly obvious through all the... Hey, you guys. I just wanted to say, at the end of the day, I did feel sorry for Rev. I watch these videos and I see him getting verbally abused. He's obviously been physically abused. He is emotionally starved. He's been taken away from his friends and family. And yeah, he's a fucking asshole. But if this was a woman, if we changed the sexes, I still feel like we would approach the situation different. And in that being said, I feel like Shanny is a piece of shit. You're an abuser. I'm watching you abuse your kids. I'm watching you abuse the man you say you love. I watched you abuse your ex-husband. He said you fucked up his brother. You just abusing everybody. You're an abuser. She's a toxic person, and I don't think she belongs on YouTube. I think she belongs in a mental health ward. She needs help. She's maybe taking too much medication, maybe not enough medication. I don't know what the situation is, but she needs fucking help. And Rev giving her money and just coddling her bullshit isn't helping her or anyone else. I feel sorry for the kids.
I don't know if it was said in the live stream yesterday when I was watching it, or it was in Discord or something like that. Somebody said something yesterday, and it was like one of the most brilliant, just kind of views on the whole Shanny situation. And it is that when any mental illness that you have that absolves you of your behavior is also a mental illness that should result in you being locked up. There is no, if you have a condition that you blame for the way that you act, whether it's abusive or violent towards other people,
exactly,
then you should be, and you can, and it is so far gone that you cannot, that you absolve yourself of any personal responsibility because you have this mental illness. You should be fucking locked up.
Well, yeah, because by that same reasoning, you can say, oh, well, I have a mental illness that makes me drown puppies every Wednesday, and I don't know why I do it. It's just what I do. And you can't make me feel bad for doing this because I have to drown puppies because that's what my mental illness requires me to do. And I'm shielded behind my mental illness. So you need to respect me. That's the same bullshit ass logic. Bitch, if you can't get your life together, you just wake up and you're fucking mad at bacon. You're crying because the old nigga don't want you. Your new nigga can't stand you. Don't nobody online like you. If your life is that bad, yeah. If your mental illness is that motherfucking bad, you need to go somewhere. Get some fucking help. That's all I can at this point. At first, I was trying to defend these motherfuckers, but no, you need help. If it's that bad, your fibro, right? Your fibro's fucked up. You can't stand up. Your knees is fucked up. You might got diabetes. You got PTSD. She has a borderline personality disorder, PTSD, schizophrenia. She got all the motherfucking conditions, but don't want to see a doctor because she don't believe in the doctors. Bitch, you need to pick a struggle. I don't know who said that, but I love it. Bitch, pick a struggle. Figure out what you're doing with your life.
You know, what gets me is that I think I understand now why they just want people to just shut up about all the stuff that they say, especially if it happened further back, is because new people that get introduced to them buy all the stories that they've stolen from everybody and incorporate it into their own past. Yeah, so there's nothing. I can't think of one thing that I know of these people that they haven't stolen from somebody else. I mean, there's nothing that they have produced. There's nothing that they themselves produced. You know, Rev's money came from his mom. Everything in Shanny's past was something that happened to someone else. You know, the mom pulling her arm out of the socket and stuff like that. So I know for a fact she stole that story. I won't go into details, but I know.
She steals all of her fucking stories. The bitch sits there and watches Lifetime movies, and then all of a sudden she gets online and starts crying about somebody that sexually assaulted her. She has quoted so many Lifetime movies, it's ridiculous. I think the people at her school raped her, so she couldn't graduate high school. Then, I mean, I don't know, maybe she went to go get a pizza, and the pizza man raped her. She didn't get her pizza. And then she got arrested, and they raped her too. And then Dragnauct and his brothers raped her online in front of everybody. The bitch gets raped every 10 minutes. And coming from a rape victim, I just want her to know, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you.
She thinks everybody's stupid. She really does. She thinks everybody's stupid. It's like, we know for a fact that, okay, if the stuff she said that happened to her when she got arrested, you know, with the being stripped in front of male inmates, stuff like that, if the ACLU just caught wind of that, they'd be down there interviewing.
I'm saying, you're not going to tell me that you've just been able to get raped 100,000 times in your fucking life by every man I think she even said her husband assaulted her too. It was ridiculous. Like, everybody she gets mad at, she says rapes her. And I just want her to know, for victims, real victims, people who've actually had to go through this, who are too afraid to go to the police because they know bitches like you make false claims. You make it so hard for real victims to get the respect that they need. You're a bitch for that.
Okay, go ahead.
If you
go ahead, Sabella. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna say anything. Then sorry.
Yeah. If you actually listen to the end of that video Jason made, he says that somebody, and it was probably her, told him that Chris pulled out a knife and raped her, which is total bullshit.
Yes.
That's what I mean. And
yeah.
So, who did he hear that from, Shanny? Did he hear it from himself? I mean, did he make that up?
Yeah, it's like this is the contempt that Rev holds towards Chris, and the way that he's talked about him is based off of this idea that he was this violent, abusive, rapist.
Because Shanny told him the lie. Shanny sold that boy a lie so good.
Mm-hmm.
He got so much smoke up his ass. He don't see what's going on.
Yeah, and like, even in the like I said, like, it's gonna be like, you're gonna see more of that in this video. He's gonna start repeating shit that he's heard from Shanny, and Shanny's gonna be like, no, I never said that, and he's gonna be like, wow, I just don't know what's going on then, like just kind of dismissive like that, like, no, but whatever. But here's my last kind of thought on this. Okay, and like, this goes back like, a couple of years now, during like the whole Summer of G-Man stuff. Like I had said before, that like I don't hate Rev. I like Rev. I've known Rev for years. You know that you know, talking in like the naughty hangouts and stuff like that. And well, it might not be like kind of like a opinion that a lot of people have. I actually do like Rev, and I want him to be happy. When he originally hooked up with Shanny, and people were just like, okay, whatever. And I kind of knew that, you know, Shanny was kind of pushing him into this and all this other stuff. I'm just like, you know what, whatever. Like, the guy was in a rough spot. You know, he needs, you know, if no one should be denied that level of happiness, you know, just whatever. But the thing is that, and we see this, and Rev is not happy. He's not happier. Like, maybe he's happier now than he was when you know, he was living by himself and like drinking himself stupid every single night. Maybe he thinks he's happier now. But if you watch the videos like this, especially like the stuff around Christmas and stuff, this is not a person who's living a happy life. Like,
I've never seen a happy man out of Rev. I've seen a sad child. I've seen a man who is depressed with his life. When you look into Rev's eyes, when you look into his eyes, you see the dead in him. You see the misery. We all see it. He's gone. We saw him as a wet brain. I watched those fucking videos like twice because I was like, ain't no way in hell this is real. So I had to really pay attention to what was going on. This bitch put him in a wig. He can't even form a sentence. That man is dead. He's like a crackhead after 40 years of drug abuse. He's burnt. That's what that means. He's burnt the fuck out. He can't think right, and he's never going to be able to think right. And honestly, I do feel sorry for him because he's a human being. But at the same time, nigga, you brought that shit on yourself. Fuck you.
I was super creeped out yesterday when Rev showed that clip where he's asleep and she's got his face right up in her armpit. And he's unconscious. He is unconscious, and she's live streaming this shit. And I mean, can you imagine if he were a woman and a man was live streaming his woman asleep in bed without her knowledge, without her consent, and doing something, or could do something else to her right on the live stream, without even bothering to wake them up and say, hey, I'm going to do this thing on live stream. No, bitch, you're going to stay asleep, and I'm going to do what I want to do to you. I mean,
she's a predator.
I mean, my God, where is this man's even an inkling of some kind of spine in this man? Where's it at?
His mama took it.
I mean, geez, Louise. And when she finally spends all his money, she ain't going to give a damn about him. And any man has to be absolutely out of his freaking mind to want to get with a woman like this, because anytime that she feels like it, she's gonna say that he did like criminal type stuff to her, like rape or beat her up or some. Anytime that she gets a wild hair up her ass, she's going to accuse him of violent crap. In fact, she's already tried it.
She's already tried to get him locked up. Remember the lockup video? She was literally sitting there to the cops talking about, oh, I don't know what's wrong with him. You need to take him to the doctor. I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah, and it was her. She was the
And she's already tried to spin the rape tale too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We watched it in real time.
All of us men know to stay away from a woman like that.
But here's the thing, when it comes to incels, which I believe Rev very much was, these women, and I think I figured out what she is. She's called a Cinderella woman. Okay, these bitches, they get stunted at whatever age, and they want everybody to take care of them. They're waiting for their knight in shining armor. They want mama to come and pay the bills. Daddy got to come and take care of the house. They want to make sure they're getting taken care of, and they need that emotional support from everyone around them. Shanny fits the description. Now, what happens with these Cinderella women is they attach to incels. Incels are so stupid and insecure that they're willing to feed into this shit. Where the problem comes in is when you have a toxic Cinderella who is narcissistic and abusive, and a weak incel who has no way of fighting for himself. And this is the result of it, a fucking shit show.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, he's paying about $300 a day for this level of consistent abuse. And if it was a BDSM thing, I could kind of understand it. But in the absence of that, his man card is fucking revoked forever.
What happens is he'll turn into MGTOW. When he's done, when Shanny's done fucking him over, he's gonna turn into MGTOW. He's gonna be, what's that little asshole's name? Like, he's gonna be angry at women forever after this.
Well, when Rev was drinking, at least he could pretend to have at least one ball. And I had some respect for him when Smirnoff was doing what an absence of, father figures and male role models has done throughout his life. He's a tragic little fart of a man. But I do feel some degree of sympathy for him. I do claim that.
Hey, can everybody hear me?
Sure.
Hi, how's it going? I'm just wanting to jump in here to say I've no respect at all for Rev. I'm in a similar situation, I suppose you could say, or I was in a similar situation to what Rev is now. I'm actually a male abuse, domestic violence for an intimate partner.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you the sort of thing that I never did with my now ex-wife is I never sat and said, oh, she's brilliant, she's absolutely right. Yeah, I was one of these people that my ex-wife, she fell into drugs. There'd be times when I'd be arguing with folks, saying, you can't what she's like, she just needs a couple of days, that sort of thing. I never got involved in her shit. And when it hit that point where I couldn't take it anymore, Mars was at the door.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen my picture there. There's 2 kids there. My 2 kids live with me.
Yeah. Good for them and good for you, James. Well done.
I'm not here looking for praise. I just did what I had to do at the end of the day. Rev doesn't deserve any sympathy at all because as far as I'm concerned, he's put himself in an absolute shit show.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the shit show. And instead of saying, I'm in a shit show or I'm here because I can't leave Shanny because she needs some help, he's sitting there going, oh, she's great, she's brilliant. You don't know what you're talking about. We can all see what's going on.
I think you're right, James, and I'm glad that you and your kids are in a better situation. Sadly for Rev, he's completely in a Stockholm syndrome situation. He depends upon the abuse. And we all hope that he makes better decisions for himself. But I don't see it happening.
Well, it's saying that. I mean, that is true. If Rev was to come out in the morning and say, I've had enough of this bitch, can somebody help me? I think there would be help out there for him. But he's not.
Absolutely. That's a really good point. All of us.
I have some advice. I have some advice for Rev. If it's possible that he could be watching me, Rev, whatever money you have left, if you can do this, what you should do to help prepare yourself for the inevitable is you should try to go out and get some sort of certificate in a trade somewhere. Go to Votech or whatever, do what you need. That way you're not homeless. You can go get a job.
Yeah.
Does Rev have a high school diploma?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. If Rev feels at all, like if Rev thinks at all that he won't be accused, like when they break up, and this isn't going to last forever, Rev. Like, I mean, he's got to know that. But like when they break up, he needs to realize that Shanny is going to accuse him of things, and she's already set this stuff up. Like Drake's super chat that he has up there with the please stop yelling.
Yeah,
and she puts her arms up and she looks at the camera, make sure that it's all framed right as Rev stands over her and all this other stuff, and the hands up in the defensive position as if she's about to fucking block a punch. That
like
is
Rev is physically intimidating to anybody.
Yes, yeah, that is
And
intentional.
the second she
needs
put
to
up that
realize.
video,
Sorry, go
the second
ahead.
she put up that hangout talking about how he watches rape porn and she's afraid he's going to rape somebody. Okay, yeah, you're setting it up.
It's not like that. I mean, let's be honest here. Folk have got fantasies that they'll never actually act on. Let's just say that Rev does like blooming rape porn or something like that. Maybe he's even indulged in the fantasy with an intimate partner. No, that'd have to be Shanny. Who's to say that means that as soon as he steps at the door, there's foam coming out his mouth and it's, women, I need one.
Exactly.
Right. And so that she's hoping that somebody will pick up on that. And that's why I talked a little bit about that. It's like because it was like rape hentai porn. I said, well, a lot of hentai is rape. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're looking for it or not. But one of the reasons why I instantly snatched that clip of her doing that is because I want it sort of ingrained in people's mind to see in the future you will see her say that Rev assaulted and or raped her. And so that's the setup, one of the setups.
I'm so sorry. It's just don't we already know that she had sex with Rev when he was in a questionable mental state?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And we
that
have
would
the
help
video.
him in court. That would help him in court if she ever
because there's a whole video where because people reference it because she starts talking about, oh, he's such a great lover, and all of us go, well, he can barely speak entire sentences. And so he's like, oh, he likes it anyway. He gets hard. I said, whoa, no, dude.
Right there.
No,
that shit right there.
Yeah,
okay.
and that's
Physical reaction doesn't mean consent. That sort of thing.
Thank you. And so that
Guys get
I have
hard
that
if the
video.
wind
is so
changes.
fucking- That is the same shit that a rapist will say to a woman. Oh, well, she was wet, so she must have liked it. They've told women this on the stand. Okay, fuck you, Shanny. This is what I mean. I hate Shanny. The layers to her bullshit. How dare you say some shit like that? She is a rapist. I'm gonna say it, and maybe nobody else will say it. She's a fucking rapist. She's a rapist. She's fat. She's a nigger. She's ignorant. I don't like that bitch, and she can come for me. I don't really give a fuck. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, I have two things. One is, and then I'll disappear. One is as a person with a mental illness who makes decisions upon whose accuracy lives depend. It means I have to be responsible about the condition I know I have and manage it effectively in exactly the way that Shanny refuses to do. And the second thing is, if Rev ever needs to get out, there's an emergency fund that has been made available to G-Man and others to get into a safe space. And that's available 24/7, no strings. So Rev, if you need a way out and she's already bled your capital dry, it's there for you.
That's good. Also, if Rev could hear this, what you ought to do, go to Voc or someplace where vocational college, try to get a certificate in something that's marketable, even in bad economies like auto mechanics, medical field, legal field. All those things are going to be there no matter how bad the economy gets. Everybody needs the car worked on. Everybody needs to buy food. Everybody needs medical. These things are going to be there. That's what you should do, just to prepare yourself. You got time and you got money.
This is the thing. I mean, if I'm going to apply my own experiences to this situation, Rev's actually in a very good situation because my personal experience, I'm 6'2". I used to work things like nightclub security and stuff like that. My ex-wife was in a position where if the police were ever phoned, they came to her house. What's happening? He hit me. Of course, I'm a big 6'2" guy, intimidating, but I won't assault her. Whereas I could be standing there bleeding and saying, I never swung at her, she swung at me. Oh, well, you're a big guy, you've got to look at the situation, Rev's in a situation where he actually has video evidence where she's made accusations against ex-partners. She's got a slew of potentially criminal behaviour on video that he can reach out to Dragnauct, he can reach out to Rumour Research Lab, blah, blah, blah. So the only thing that's keeping Rev there at this point in time, in my opinion, is Rev. And if he has a wake-up moment, decides to leave, there's going to be support there for him.
Yeah, and and just on that point, I mean, Rev is lucky that Shanny is 4 times his size, because honestly, that call that she made when she was trying to get him arrested, the call where Rev, it's just, he's got to listen. He's got to listen to that 911 call, and just listen to the shit that Shanny was saying about him.
I wonder if he has taken the time to do that. Honest to God, if Rev's listening, he really needs to go watch that shit for real.
If I was in a relationship, okay, even with my wife now, I've been with my wife for, 13 years, and if it ever came out that she had made, like, if she called 911 and said the lies that Shanny did with the goal of getting him taken away, arrested, all this other stuff, she'd be gone. I'd be gone. It'd be like that. No, like that's unforgivable. Like, what she did was unforgivable. Trying to get him arrested like that, And
She's
and
literally done hundreds of things that would end that relationship to any normal person.
And the fact that he's still there, like putting up with this, like he's not happy. Like just and the when you see that stuff and things haven't got better, but she gaslights him. Like all the events over Christmas where she's being fucking terrible, and and she's trying to blame Rev for this, and they say, well, you're terrible too. You have an anger problem. Like she triggers him. Like you see this in videos. Like she'll purposely read out comments to trigger Rev. She'll purposely do things to try to get Rev yelling and screaming. And then when she gets Rev upset, Rev, you have an anger problem. Jason, you need to control your anger. This is your fault. It has nothing to do with the fact that your spouse is purposely trying to trigger you at every single moment that she can. But it's always just like, well, you have an anger problem, and that's the problem there. And then over the Christmas holidays, it's just like, well, hold on a second. Maybe it's not just the anger thing. It's the trolls. It's all the trolls. They are the ones that are ruining our relationship, because at that point in time, Rev is trying to be calm. He's trying to deal with this stuff, and he realizes now, he's starting to recognize, okay, well, Shanny's doing this stuff, and so the news story that has to come out is, okay, well, yes, we have our own problems, but our own problems are because of the trolls, and if the trolls weren't doing this, we'd be fine. Now, if that was actually true, if Shanny actually believed that, if this is actually a concern they had, then they would have done the fucking smart thing, which is just to get the fuck off of YouTube. Just forget all this fucking shit. But no, they're still here. So you can tell how much they actually believe that it is the online personas that are causing this.
Right. Shanny,
Yeah, the trolls didn't call 911.
100% of her content, whenever you watch her videos, is her reading comments. It's like, what? Okay, besides reading comments, what is your live stream about? If you hate the comments that are being given to you, and she blocks people and stuff when it gets to be too much, why are you reading the comments? If that's what's upsetting you. So it's like they're just trying to play to the public, because it's just like they're just addicted to the freaking drama. They're addicted to it. So they got to put out their crap, and that's out there for everyone to observe and see, or whatever crazy stuff they're talking about. And then they want to react to other people's reactions. It's like, you're the ones causing it. You're the ones that put the content out there to be discussed amongst the rest of us. So don't get mad when we do it.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
we didn't
that's
care what
the
was going
weird
on if
thing.
we didn't see it.
Oh, I'm sorry, babe. I was going to say,
Sorry.
like, that's the thing in the beginning that had me so confused. When I first found out about Shanny and Rev, and I'm watching drag streams and stuff, I'm like, this shit can't be real. This has to be fake. Like, they have to be in on it, because, there's so many other YouTubers that have these weird channels where they go through all the ups and downs and the emotional turmoil. And then you come to find out the whole thing's been staged for the last 5 years. So I was like, these motherfuckers got to be playing. This ain't real. And then this motherfucker got information on you for 10 years. You've been doing this shit for 12 years. He done talked to your mama. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? And I get mad. And now I'm at the point now where I see it. I understand. I get it. I don't like that bitch either. She can go head first over a curb if all I care. I don't care.
Now, there's something wrong with your parents too.
Yeah.
Not quite severe as Shanny and Rev's situation, but there's a little something there. Because you could tell, like, when Drag was playing the video clip where the parents came up and hugged her and tried to comfort her when she's doing all that crazy crying and stuff. It's like, my mother, if I was in that situation, and I was for 2 years, I had to go stay with my mom after my woman left me, and I was devastated and stuff. But I had to get my shit together. I haven't got my job, and I put my life back together. But anyway, if I was doing what they was doing, what Step One was doing, if I was on camera, making a scene and just being all dramatic and everything, my mother would have walked up to me and said, boy, you turn off that GD camera right the hell now and get in the house and take care of your business, or you're getting the hell out. I'm not putting up with this.
And that's the thing I don't get. She's old enough. Okay. I'm in my 30s. I thank the good Lord above. Okay. Thanks, sweet baby Jesus, for the fact that when I was in high school and middle school, people weren't filming me the way that they're filming each other nowadays. I am happy that in my 20s, when I was drunk, pissing in a flower pot in the middle of a casino. Didn't nobody catch that online. Okay. I'm happy for that. I'm old enough to know that once something is on video, it's forever. Why is this bitch so dumb to put every fucking thought on video? She has video blogged her whole life, every breakdown,
Because
every
most
lie.
people- sorry.
Go ahead. No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Because most people don't do what drag does. They'll like at most maybe look back on something that might happen a few months ago. But Rev's bringing up stuff that's been recorded for years, and that's why they're mad at drag, because he's reminding people this is how they are. This is what they really are like. So don't buy their crap. Don't buy it. It's nonsense.
The fun part is because they can sort of spin a narrative whenever it suits them. They'll, just like I have videos back when they were Team Trump. I've not played that because it's just been too much effort. But there's all type of stuff where they flip flop back and forth on, and they've been inconsistent because they've been able to beguile people because nobody took the time to really archive the inconsistencies. But now that there's an archive of their inconsistencies, they're upset because I can play one claim and then the other claim, and then you can see for yourself that it contradicts, even without me saying anything. And that's why Rev doesn't want me to do that. And you see how upset he got the second Shanny corrected him, because he needs you to believe what he wants you to believe right then and there.
Let me ask you this question for real, Drag. Now, you have delved into these motherfuckers deeper than anybody else. And honest to God, if Rev was to come to you as a man, I know that's hard off, but if he came to you as a man and he said, you know what, you're right, I fucked up. I've been flip-flopping all this time. I just want to maybe get a clean slate. Would you allow him the opportunity to come on your show, talk to you, and just clear the air about all the dumb shit? Would you teach him? Would you give him your tutelage?
Absolutely. And I've offered him that opportunity in public and in private, and he's declined because I don't think that he has the wherewithal to do that. Well, I will say that I think a part of him may want to, but Shanny will beat him if he does. I think she will. Absolutely.
I mean, you've pointed it out yourself that maybe it's just a culture with certain kinds of guys. I mean, the place where I live, the only person that's going to give you more shit than your worst enemy is your best pal. And it's Rev's had it where it's been mentioned before. He was talking with somebody about guns, and he said something wrong, which would maybe be like an understandable thing for a beginner. I don't know. We didn't have guns in this country, but he got a wee bit of a dig for it because he had said something wrong. And the next thing you knew, it was, oh, I gave you money. How can you dare say something against me? This guy's busting your balls.
To be clear, he never gave Lucifer money.
Yeah. So do you remember what that, because it was Brucifer. I don't know what video it was, but I wish I could find that and show it to people.
I have no idea. He loses his channels and he takes down those videos all the time.
Well, I know for a fact
just to say, see you later. Just as an example for Shanny and Rev, my kids need to get dinner in half an hour and I've got to start cooking, so I'll show you what you do. See you later, guys.
All right.
All right, thanks for coming in. Yeah, I know for a fact that Drag would extend or accept an olive branch from Rev because he more or less did the same for me. I was going down that path a bit, and I was like, I made pretty much an ass of myself, and I looked at it and I went, Drag's right. This is stupid.
And okay, so since we're talking about that, I know that there's a lot of fear. Like, I know that Rev and Shanny are afraid. I know there's fear in their eyes. They're afraid. That's why they lash out. They're afraid of being made fun of. They're afraid of having to come clean. They're afraid of the backlash. You know what I mean? But there has to come a point when you get a little stronger than the fear, when you're like, I'm tired of feeling like this. And I guess that's where I have no remorse for them because they're grown. And if you're not tired of feeling like this, then you can just wallow in it. And I'm going to point and laugh.
Because it's effort. It's effort and it's work.
It takes effort. There you go.
Right. That's what it is. It's effort. You gotta be willing to man up, and you gotta be willing to do what it takes. But neither one of these two, for whatever the reason, had that kind of upbringing where their parents made them stand up.
It does seem to fall on the parents. Like the more I start looking into these weird personality types, I'm addicted now. I be digging, and I'm so curious as to how these people, the codependency of it, the self destruction. It's amazing. It's almost emotionally masochistic the way that they live their lives.
Yeah, and you can only blame your parents so much. I mean, pretty much once you become an adult, as you grow older as an adult, it becomes less and less your parents and more you.
My best friend said, as soon as you file taxes by yourself, you can no longer blame your parents for anything in life. Like, I understand as a teenager, you're right. You didn't have any choice. As a preteen, you didn't have any choice. Maybe even when you were in your 20s, you didn't have choice. But if you're 30, 35, 40 years old, you don't get to blame mommy and daddy for the reason why you can't pay your bills today. Okay.
Right. The older you get, the harder it is for you to blame your parents for stuff that you can't figure out because you're an adult now. You can whatever you didn't learn as a kid, you can learn it now. Your parents can't keep you back. I mean, because they're not in charge of you anymore. You're in charge of you. You're an adult now. You need to figure out what to do. And if you can't figure out what to do, then that's too bad for you. The only person you can blame is you.
What kills me is her children. I know that there are minor children with this woman, and I understand that these kids have asked her to stop. I know that these children have been in the background on streams. They have been yelled at on live streams. These poor little kids have been in her chat talking to her. I've seen it with my own fucking eyes.
What,
and I
know TV just pointed it out. Was yesterday? It was yesterday or the day before when he was doing a live stream, and he had to go, wait a minute, let's back up. He backed it up and said and turned up the volume a little bit, and you could hear Rev telling Zach to just cover his ears while Shanny was saying some obscene crap.
Do you see what I mean? And this is what kills me. I don't mean to sound like a fucking bleeding heart, but at the end of the day, let us all imagine that Shanny was of a different ethnic background. Let's say she was any ethnic background. Do you think this situation would be going the way it is? I feel like there's white privilege here. And I could be wrong. I could be, because I've been watching a lot of Alex Jones and I'm mad at white people right now. I apologize if I'm projecting.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm serious. The way that she abuses these kids repeatedly. If anybody would have called CPS, any other person would have been, hey, we're going to take these kids for a little while. We got to look into this.
Maybe if, let's say, for example, if this was a black couple and the children were black.
They would have never got those kids back.
Well, probably not. But let's say the example that Black Eye TV, when he said, just turn up the volume and hear what was being said. And, most white people would probably be, well, that's expected from those people. Maybe it's be kind of an attitude like that.
Okay, I can see you there too. Okay.
The issue that I've seen over the years, there's always somebody to come and white knight for them, and recently there's been people who are getting compensated. But even when they're not being compensated, you have what's the one brain dead chick, Faith. For some weird reason, finds all this stuff acceptable and will willingly white knight for them in their behavior. And, well, the fact, we know Faith has actual brain damage, which kind of says a lot about sort of literally where her mind is, in the middle of the street. But it's kind of sad. But then even recently, someone was very concerned about Shanny's mental health, and so I pointed out to this person that Shanny fakes mental health illnesses as a shield against criticism, and she cares not for the mental health of the people that she talks about. So why should people reciprocate a behavior that she herself doesn't display? And this person is and it was one other person that I recently spoke to. People see themselves in Shanny, specifically Shanny, for some reason, and they empathize with her because they share some mental illness with her. And I've had to point this out time and time again. Most of my mental illnesses are shared with Shanny. And I'm not beyond reproach. So why is it that Shanny gets to be beyond reproach? And I can never get an answer from people on that. And that's why I open streams like this. I invite people to come in and explain it to me. And I've yet to actually hear from people why it's okay for Shanny to act with impunity. And
it's not she's white. Sorry.
I'm sorry, babe. Go ahead.
I think Shanny has broadened the definition of her mental disorder to include just about everything. That's how people connect with it and empathize. because there's something that she says that she has that everybody else has, because she includes everything.
Yeah. I mean, she has post-traumatic stress disorder. She has borderline personality disorder, I believe. I think she said something about schizophrenia one time.
Yeah.
She has so many, but what kills me though too is a lot of the disorders she talks about are blanket terms. When you talk about borderline personality disorder, that's a blanket term for a lot of different things. Okay. And you can't just run around willy-nilly talking about that. And on top of it, like Drag said, if you do have a mental illness, there are a lot of people with mental illness. A lot of people. They got papers. I'm 5150. I got documents. I'm pedigreed. Okay. I've been in and out of mental health hospitals. I understand. But at the end of the day, your mental illness doesn't give you the right to be a bitch. It doesn't give you a right to call people niggers. And I just want to address that one more time. Shanny's a fucking nigger. And I say that with all the love in my motherfucking heart. You fat nigger. I love you. But at the end of the day, you can't hide behind that and say, oh, my mental illness or my fibro made me do it. That don't make sense. That don't make sense.
Yeah, well, I got schizoaffective disorder, and I tried to talk to her one time, and I said, look, every mental disorder is freaking horrifying if you let it go unchecked. Like somebody with schizoaffective disorder, if it's not being treated and it goes, where it gets bad, they could walk out in the middle of traffic thinking that they're walking through Disneyland.
It's dangerous.
Yes, if that's unchecked, they could have an accident and die simply because they don't understand what's real anymore. They don't know the difference between real and fantasy. And Shanny blew that off. She said, well, that actually sounds like it'd be fun or some crap. She said something like that. And like, it's not as bad as whatever he has. It's like, so, I mean, and it's not a contest,
but for Shanny, it is.
It's not a virtue. A mental disorder is not a virtue to be proud of.
Shanny collects mental illnesses like Pokemon. She collects them like Pokemon cards.
I got the worst mental disorder, so I win. I'm the best person. It's like, no, it means you're the most effed up person, and you should be somewhere where you can't harm yourself.
Exactly. That's the one thing that I don't understand. How can you sit here and proclaim all of your mental illnesses and yet get no help? You're so smart, because she's seen a therapist, and I think she's even claimed to be a therapist at one time.
She just recently, within the last few days, made a video where she's upset with someone for overeating or something.
Oh.
And so she says, like, well, as a mental health care professional and the other one, the physical one, the physical health care professional, blah blah blah. It's like, and I'm sitting there, you didn't even get a GED.
Yeah, but in her mind, that's what's so scary to me about Shanny. I do think that she needs to be taken off the internet. I do. Because we've seen, if you go and look at other creators who have done this weird shit, it never ends up okay. They end up hurting 4 and 5 different people by the time their career is over. You know what I mean? And I honestly believe, Rev is a victim. He is the next victim. I think there will be another victim if she's allowed to continue doing what she's doing. I think her children are victims. Everyone around her is a victim. You're eating yourself to death. You don't care about yourself. And that's another, that bitch don't care about herself. I don't have to care about you. If you don't care about your life and your health and what's going on around you, then why the fuck should anybody else? Bitch, you don't clean your house. I bet you can't clean behind your kneecap, okay? You can't clean yourself. Why the fuck should I care? Oh no, they're making fun of me. Who cares? Take a bath, lose some weight. I promise you, if Shanny started a new channel right now where it was the Shanny weight loss channel, that bitch will get rich. I'll donate. I promise you. Shanny, you say you're going to go lose some motherfucking weight. I got $100 for you. I promise. I'll be a patron.
She got up to use the bathroom. This is when I thought she was bedridden, but she proved me wrong. One of the last few live streams I was allowed to make comments in. She got up, walked to the bathroom, came back, and she was breathing hard like she just ran 3 miles.
By her own admission, she's not physically able to wipe her own asshole, and she was kind enough to make a video describing that in detail.
Sick. That woman is freaking sick, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's fucking child abuse right there. You're literally, okay, I don't those kids, man, the fucking kids, somebody think about the kids. These little dudes got to go to school, okay? And you know their friends know about this shit, man. Kids are cruel. I was a middle school kid. I was an asshole. That's fucked up what they have to go through, okay? And then you want to blame that they want to kill themselves on their stepdaddy. No, bitch, it's because of the life you've put them in, because you won't stop. You won't let them have a normal motherfucking life. That's so fucked
Who the hell live streams their freaking kids' mental shit?
That's what I'm saying. Oh, my son wants to kill himself. Bitch, then get him some help. What the fuck are you doing on the
You're
phone?
making it worse. You're embarrassing the hell out of them by talking about it. This is not something you talk about. This is something with the public. This is something that you only discuss with friends. I remember, I'm not going to say who this is, but somebody in my family, when they was a child, attempted suicide. Okay.
It's a horrific experience.
The whole family went down there. I had to go and get my mother, whom nobody wanted to talk to anymore because she was the way she was. I went down and I convinced them and her. So look, we got to put our BS aside. This is about, you know, the relative I'm talking about. This is about this
exactly.
person. You know, and so we go down there and we visited him. We comforted him, and did everything we could to make him feel loved.
But you weren't broad streaming it on TikTok. You weren't on the Instagrams.
This was family. This was family crap. This was nobody else's business.
Exactly. Because when someone
helping each
my
other.
family is effed up. My family's effed up, and we had enough together to go and do this.
Yeah.
And as a husband, you know, you expect to take care of your wife's needs, but if your wife is under 40 and you have to wash her like you would a hippo with a big rag on a stick and wipe her ass, there's an issue. And to be asked to pay for that plus the abuse, it's a bridge too far for me. I mean, unless it is a masochistic kink that he has.
I was going to say, Doc, you know, there are those men and women who enjoy just kind of overfeeding their spouses. And for a second, I thought maybe that's what this is. Like maybe Rev has this fetish, you know, that death fetish where they just want to watch somebody slowly die and they just feed them and feed them. But that doesn't seem to be the situation. I honestly think Shanny has decided to gain this weight so that she can get disability. She does not want to work. She doesn't want to take care of herself. And this is an easy way to get a guaranteed check every month, along with her child support or whatever else she's collecting. I find her to be
with that.
I do.
Being overweight is oh my God, especially if you're so heavy that you're having problems. I mean, it's no.
There are tons of people that do it for money, and that's the crazy part. You can find them on different sites. There are tons of women and men who choose to sit here and gain 400, 500, 600 pounds over the recommended body weight just so that they can get this money. You know what I mean? So there's a whole thing.
They're in pain a lot. I mean, I'm in pain. And when
there's a lot of pain.
When I hurt too much, I try to lose a few pounds. You know?
I don't credit Shanny with enough forethought to do that. I think the weight is a symptom of her mental state, which is insatiable. She is a void that she attempts to fill with about 6,000 to 8,000 calories a day and all of the resources Rev can provide. And that's what she does.
Well, I figured out that I still need to lose probably about another 30 pounds to be completely not in pain, to be able to function in my job, stand on my feet all day and not hurt. But I hurt. I go to work, and after an hour of being on my feet, I start to hurt. My legs start to hurt. My back starts to hurt, and I got to sit down for 5 or 10 minutes and then go at it again. So I'm challenging myself to try to lose another 30 pounds so that I won't be in pain.
Well, see, here's the difference.
You're carrying your own water. You're taking responsibility for your situation, and you're doing the best that you can. And nobody could do anything other than respect that.
Exactly. I commend you for that, David, for real. Like if you know that, okay, I'm unhealthy, this hurts. This physically hurts. I need to get help. The reason I get mad at Shanny is because 200 pounds ago, she felt that way. You knew 200 pounds ago, 300 pounds ago, that this was a problem. You knew that your body hurt. You knew your knees weren't going to be able to hold this up. You knew when you went to the bathroom, you were having trouble reaching your hoo-ha, okay? And you continued. You kept going. You kept eating. You said, fuck it, balls to the wall. I'm eating all the meatballs. You kept going. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for you.
Well, for one thing, there's nobody I could go to help me out if I can't work. I mean, it's like I wouldn't know how to go about getting government assistance. I wouldn't even know what that entails or what kind of life I'd have. I mean, and I can't go to my parents; they're dead. There's nobody in my family would take me in, so I'm it. I mean, it's on me.
And the physical side is really important. The psychological side also. Shanny has repeatedly said to me directly that she will not accept conventional psychiatric care or medication for the condition that she knows that she has.
That she should be removed from society. You should be removed, period.
So I take a number of medications to manage my situation, and they have side effects that are significant, but they're less significant than the detriment to my function that being a nutcase would be. And it's kind of like a responsibility thing. I want to be well, therefore I do all the things that contribute to that and don't reject the things that might help. And she has clearly stated that she, in fact, rejects all of that. The things that are demonstrated scientifically to be of potential benefit to her.
You know, and on another note,
go ahead.
I'm just curious: how is it that Rev does not know what a good-looking woman looks like?
He does. He absolutely does. Because there was
Shanny's hot as hell and everything, and they said, "No, this woman is hideous."
He knows what a woman looks like.
I mean, she's got so many freaking warts on her face. Like, she has to use 10 pounds of makeup just so she don't look gross.
It goes back to what Doc was saying. He is just kind of he's kind of Stockholmed in there. He's stuck. Yeah. He's psychologically locked in to Shanny. And that's his world, you know.
Got pictures of models that go back, to the freaking 40s, for crying out loud. There's women that are so good looking that all he's got to do is look at a picture of any model. Look at a picture of any model.
I know 12 BBW models right
Shanny,
now.
And look at Shanny and say, there is no way in hell she's even a tenth as good looking as this woman here.
Rev would suckle off any mommy.
There you go. It's because she's mommy. Because I know tons of BBW models right now who got it going on. These chicks are 300 pounds and up, and they are sexy as a bitch. Okay, Shanny's just gross.
They don't stink like piss.
I bet they don't. No, I'm sure they smell of coconut water and roses.
And sunshine and happiness.
Yes. I have nothing wrong. I just want everybody to know I have nothing wrong with a big woman. Nothing. Nope. I'm not trying to fat shame anybody. I am specifically speaking about Shanny, her abuses, the abuse she does to herself, the abuse she does to her kids, and the abuse she does to the men around her. She is an abuser chronically.
I met a woman at my job several years back where, I mean, she was large. She was large, like me and like a lot of overweight people. And so she didn't have much of a figure. But man, she was very super nice, and she had a beautiful face and set of hair. And I was like, man, I could go for that. I really could.
I mean, because there are beautiful women. I honestly think at one point in time, Shanny, when she was at her lightest weight that I've seen, she's not a horrible person. She didn't look horrible. You can put a little Maybelline on there, a little bit of coverall. You might be able to put that shit in some Spanx. She was okay. You were an average over. Honestly, no, I've lived in Kentucky. Like, she's a Kentucky 5. You know what I mean? When she was able to walk. Now I don't know what you are.
Okay.
Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
on that note, we're going to go ahead and close test bed and finish
Okay.
off the rest. I appreciate everybody joining. I definitely want people's input. This was great. This is excellent. This is what I want all the time, because I think it's important to have other people who watch this later hear all of you guys' input, because some of y'all, it was a good mixture too of people who have watched and known Shanny for years and newer people, so sort of compare what you guys have observed throughout time. So I appreciate everybody's input. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you, Drag.
Love you too.
Good night.
Kiss, kiss. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to finish this off here, and then we're going to get back to the original video.
Okay, so technically I'm fucking guilty of a relationship that was in shambles. It was ended.
Yeah, it ended.
It was over.
You just had to file the paperwork.
So my question here is that, like, all of us already knew that. Like, nobody was going to judge him for talking to Shanny, like, while they're, like, yeah, we're getting a divorce. Like, they're in the process, and of course you gotta wait. Like, I think in Texas, like, 3 or 5 years, some crazy shit like that, to be officially divorced. And the reality is that if you're living in separate places, you guys are done, it's resolved, you know, you're on your way out, nobody's gonna fault, you know, either party for finding someone else. That's not a big deal. Why couldn't you have been this honest earlier when you told people that you were going to tell the truth?
I guess maybe like when she was super depressed, like we had cyber once. I don't know. Maybe we did.
We maybe kind of sort of. Well, you know, maybe I might have kind of.
And phone sex. Sure.
Maybe kind of sort of phone sex, sort of cyber-ish thing. But earlier, what did he say earlier? Let's go back.
Make your own content. You're not talk shit. Here's how I feel. And this is truly how I feel about the Chris thing. Okay? I'll be 100% honest with you about all the Chris stuff. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I was so deep in alcoholism at the time that I didn't even know Shanny and Chris were having problems. I was basically mired in Nadia's hangouts, and then after she had left, I went back to what I was doing. Really, I was watching. I was a watchman. That was my channel on YouTube until I deleted it. So to be honest, to be 100% honest with you,
100%.
I found out, and I was like, "What? A knife was pulled, and all this crazy shit." And then Shanny the crap out of me. I heard from, and I was like, "What the hell happened?" And then she told me another Christian. And it developed into a relationship. That's what happened. And then it came to a point where it was like, okay, like, do you want to really do this? Do you want to do it? And yeah, let's do it. That's literally how we got together.
Literally.
But I had known Shannon for years prior. Years. And it's just, we had a YouTube, friendship. A YouTube friendship.
A friendship.
She's a Christian. I'm a Christian. It'd be no different. When we were talking as friends, it was like no different than me talking to like G-Man or Veckel or something like that. It was no different. So that's how we got together, literally. It's not like this, oh my God, this big deal. It's not. But I know what's going to happen. And this is why I'm making the video, because there's going to be people saying that, like, number one, that I was talking to her when she was married. Not true at all.
Okay, so you just heard him say that he wasn't talking to her when she was married. All right, let's go to 5 minutes.
Cyber once, I don't know, maybe we did. And
Well, that's weird. Now, that's odd.
Phone sex. Sure. So I'm guilty, and I'll pay for that. I will. She didn't have the fucking divorce papers, so I am guilty of that, and I'll pay for it.
But our marriage was ended by when that happened.
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. The point is, I mean, if I'm going to be 100% honest, okay, there was one moment that it was definitely bad judgment on my part, but I called Shanny. It was pretty early in the morning or something, and that would look suspicious. And I probably was just completely fucking delusionally drunk, and I was probably hitting on her. But those are things that's like, my God, I had some bad behavior when I was drunk, man. Absolutely.
Now all of a sudden he remembers his bad behavior.
Not in my real life, but definitely online life.
I never outed on it. I wanted to.
No, you didn't. That's correct. You wanted to be with your husband. But the point is, the reason I'm making this is to say, yeah, I mean, now that I'm glad that you said something because I can take responsibility. It's funny how when you talk to yourself and when you have one more person to just insert something to make you know, do you remember that? I take full responsibility for any...
No, you don't. If you took full responsibility for your actions and the dissolution of their marriage, you wouldn't have lied at the beginning of this video.
Role that I had in them breaking up. But I'm going to be honest with you, that I didn't even know about it. Okay? I didn't even know that this crazy shit had gone down with a knife and all this craziness. I was told a knife was involved.
No.
Yup. That's what I was told.
When?
I was told that a knife was pulled out on you when he raped you. That's what I was told.
No.
Okay, see? I don't even know.
I wonder where he got that story from. Saga mentioned this earlier.
No, the correct details totally of this shit. So do you guys think you do? It's a good place to leave, isn't it? But the point is that we're a couple now. And all this horse shit of people like Jules and all these fucking asshole women. You're not going to get us to break up. If we break up, it'll be because it's shit that's happening.
All right, cool. So a Shanny simp, a long-term simp, actually wants to come and chat. So awesome, cool. Let's have a chat. I got time. There we go. There we go. So I will take this time. I'm not sure how Faith didn't see the link like the last 6 times I put it in the chat, but again, she's missing quite a bit of her brain matter, so I'll give her an opportunity. So come on, Faith. There's the link. I want to hear this shit. Faith has been in their chat when they've been saying shit to the kids. When Shanny's been saying racist stuff and has been defending Shanny this entire time. And so I'm actually very curious as to why she would defend that kind of thing. But, you know, again, brain matter. Faith is a drunk. She is a drunk. That's true. That is true. But so is Wilson. Just to be fair, so is Wilson. So, I mean... So I read off, let me make sure that I didn't misread the chat here. This is what my chat thing looks like. Put me on cam drag, I dare you. Here it is. Okay, and so here's the link right there. Here's the link again. And so, okay. So there's the link. I give you 5 minutes. You asked for the link. I offered it earlier. Not sure why you missed it, but you could have weighed in just like anybody else. I've offered it before, but we all know how this is going to go down. Anyway.
Breaks it fucking apart. Like this love that I suppressed for fucking 5 years. 5 years I suppressed that love for this man. 5 years because I was married. I knew it was wrong. I knew it wasn't right.
And he has a chance with me, and he just fucking strips it away just so he can go get drunk more. Well, you know what? I drink too, you son of a bitch.
Ooh,
you
boy.
could have just done the right thing. The right thing by me and the Lord, who you promised a covenant that we said in front of the Lord, and you strip it away for nothing. For nothing. So you could drink more, so you could have some excuse of, oh, I'm drunk, I didn't really mean it. Yeah, you fucking meant it at the time, you son of a bitch. You fucking meant it. You fucking meant it, and you knew it, and I know you don't give a... And I know it makes you angry at this very moment that I'm speaking about it, but I really don't care at the moment. Because, see, you did not help with my marriage. When you called me up and told me how beautiful I was and how much you loved me in front of my husband, that broke his fucking heart.
Whoa, boy. Love me in front of my husband, broke his... Oh, my goodness. So you're... Wow, Jason. Wow. So... you had the audacity. You know what? I have to hand it to Rev. To do that in front of the husband, you got some balls, my man. You got some balls.
That fucking broke his heart, and I was like, stop, don't do that. Stop, don't do that to him. Please, I'm married. You can't do that. You promised if something happened, then it would happen. But no. He calls me up telling me how much he loved me, and then he uses a fucking excuse like, I was drunk. No, you weren't fucking drunk. You were fucking sober. You knew what you were fucking doing. And you didn't help with my marriage being ruined, because my husband told me before... He told me when I was at that place, he thought I was talking to you the whole time. And that's why... And now, I have nothing. I don't even have you. You did this. You did this.
Oh, great. This should be enlightening. So, you're muted, Faith. By the way, you're muted. You're muted, Faith. Okay.
I know.
Okay. So, I'm pretty sure people are wondering why one of her long-term simps is here. Is there... So, I should start off by saying, let me start over. I'm not going to pretend as though I like you as a person or respect you or anything of the sort. But what I will do is I want to offer you the opportunity to sort of set the record straight about anything concerning Shanny and Rev, their image, and sort of why you find their behavior, sort of acceptable.
Hi guys. I'll just doing this for you, Drag. Just I'm not how you feel about me as a person. I just want you to know, kind of, I'm friends with who I choose to be. I've known Rev and Shanny a long time, Rev or Shanny. It's just that I cry like your videos. I don't subscribe or anything. It's not a matter of popularity. You show up on the live things all the time. And I've noticed, oh, geez, wow, like, you got a lot of energy towards something that you don't care about. I'm just hoping you're okay, that you work on yourself and your weight or whatever is going on. You have a good energy, charisma to bring in a lot of people. I think Mel's got a lot of, positivity to it. I know inside that big boy somewhere there is a nice person. I know that you're in there. So I'm gonna let go and have a good day. And anytime that you need never mind, I'm around. But I'm always gonna say you're going off on something that like really, I don't know, seems like a waste of time. And but maybe
Did
you
she
could
even try
turn
to
it
answer what I
into
asked her? Didn't
that
even try.
woman sounded just like Hermione. And if you could turn your energy positive and bring it into like, geez, everyone could into you could take this negative energy and make it super positive. And no, you could. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Right. So my academic
And
pursuits that
absolutely.
actually like fill in the majority of my day would not be positive energy spent. Take your time.
I think you could do better.
Well, I
Like
also think that you
I
cannot
know,
be an alcoholic, but
like I
we
know
can't get what we want.
you're a father and you're a husband, and you've got way more potential. Come on,
Potential
way better
to
potential than it's like. Well, Kate, like let's use this metaphor. It's like you're not, what's that, Jerry Springer? You're not Jerry Springer, are you?
so here's a
Like,
fun
you're
thing.
better than that. You're
Faith.
like
Hold on, Faith. So a fun thing
you're
about
like a
people,
big
Faith.
counselor.
Faith, that is a conversation
Now,
goes
people
back and
go to
forth.
you for help.
Faith, that there's a conversation to go back and
Okay.
forth. So I would like to respond to something. Okay, so you asked me, am I Jerry Springer? I'm a person that is multifaceted. I can sling dirt with the best of them, but I can also present information and facts in a hilarious manner, as well as lambaste people in the same time. So because you and other people fail to actually call Shanny out on anything, I have chosen to do so because I enjoy it. And for no other reason other than I enjoy it. I don't need your approval or anyone else's, and I want you to understand that fact very, very, very coherently, because it's very important that you understand. I don't care about your approval. I've never asked for an approval of a brain dead drunk, and when I want the approval of a brain dead drunk, I will come and I will find you. Okay? So before you start trying to label me Jerry Springer, how about you go find the remainder of your brain tissue in the middle of the fucking road? Okay? I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Along with your sobriety, of course. Because if I'm not mistaken, ma'am, you have quite a few demons in your closet before you start judging anyone else.
Judging anybody. I asked a question. I just said, when
And
you
so
said,
did I.
blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, I just think you're better than that. I said, we're better
Do you know
than
me, Faith?
Jerry Springer.
Faith, do you know
that
me?
I would find it strange you behave this way, because you're better than that.
Faith, do
You're
you know
better
me?
than a talk show. People would come around you because maybe they would want your help. They wouldn't want your criticism. I don't
it's
care
a
what
good
you
question.
think about me.
This is a great question.
I'm
How
a
do you know that I?
survivor. You
Well, hold
couldn't
on. How do you know that I don't help people?
You couldn't do anything to me.
How do you know that I don't help
You'd
people?
be great at helping people.
That's not what I asked you. How do you know that I'm currently
What?
not helping people, Faith?
I'm just saying, Shanny and Rev, you don't see you want to make fun of them.
Well, so they make fun of other people online. They make commentary about other people online. But when I do it, it's wrong. Because that's what I
Well,
see.
I thought
Well, hold on for a second before we continue. Have you seen videos where Shanny and Rev are making fun of people online? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. There we go. And that's it. That's it. Right there. So if they can do it, so can I. So what's difficult about that to understand?
I just thought you're better than that. I thought we're all than
So
that
you
by
don't
now.
think very.
That's what I was hoping.
So you don't think very highly of Shanny and Rev then? Because that's the tacit admission.
I don't make video about, like, I don't care. Like,
You do care. You're in their live chat. Hold on, you do care. No, you do care. You're in their live chats. You were modded by them for quite some time.
Of course.
And then, hold on for a second. And then you watch my videos religiously. Faith, I can track. I've known that you were Bolt Lightning for ages, ever since you got that sock. I can track how often you watch me. I can track. You watch me as much as anyone
Oh,
else here.
God.
If you did not care, Faith, you wouldn't watch.
No,
Again, if
oh
that
my
part of
God.
your brain is in the
Drag,
middle of a road
you
frying
have-
somewhere, you need to retrieve it because this makes no sense.
Okay. Unfortunately, Drag, I kind of had enough of the day with
Well, good.
you.
Go
I don't
find something
want,
constructive for you to do
I don't
then.
want you having anything to do with you. I don't care. I have a nice life, a
Sure
Drag.
you
I
do.
do. And I have nice people in my life.
Sure you do, Faith.
One of them. They're my friends. They always
Jack
will be my
Daniels, Jim Beam, they're all nice people. I agree.
They've been my friends for over 10 years.
Yeah, I trust me. I know. I've watched you. A lot of us have watched you.
Yeah, but Jason went through a lot of this similar thing with his mother. Our drinking got really bad. Like there were a lot of people, and I'm so proud of myself for being sober. Like my sober date was November 11th, 2020. I have no glitches, not going backwards. I feel great. I'm so proud of myself. Nothing you could say would drag me down right now.
Good. So how about this? If you
That's
want
why I
people to
thought
do
perfect
better
time.
in their life, then
Perfect
how about
time.
you tell your two favorite people to do better in their life and not give me material to talk about? There's
Well,
a thought.
I know they're watching.
Of course
I
they're
know
watching.
they're watching right now.
Oh, okay,
I
cool.
know. So I love you, honey. Like I love you, Naughty. I know you're here somewhere too. Hi, Ronan. That was nice to see you here. Hearing the Scots because those are, I love it. I love that your channel is widening spectrum, and the more you widen, the more you'll realize I'm a good person, and lots of people know I'm drag.
Yeah, I don't think people have that opinion of you, Faith. I'm going to tell you right now, people have watched you in their chats and the things that you've said, and that's not their opinion of you. But if Jim Beam and Jack Daniels think that you're a nice person, then that's
Go
fine.
ahead, watch whatever. You don't know me, Drag. You've never known me.
I don't claim to
And
know you.
Go ahead, check out my channel. I don't make up
I
channels.
don't watch your channel. I
Not
don't give a shit.
I'm a real person. I'm Canadian.
Okay, cool.
I don't care. I'm Canadian. And I'm just saying, my friends, Shanny and Rev, are being attacked daily. And this live broadcast comes up. And I heard a nice woman today say a great idea. Say, you know what? I think Shanny, she should lose weight, her own channel, start over new, be a new person. Say fuck it and just move on. I hope Shannon heard that.
If she doesn't care. So real quick, so
I really
you
like
see,
that.
because you
That
made a
was a
statement.
great idea.
Yeah, sure it is. So
Great
you
idea.
said that you saw her being attacked. Now, what
And
have I
no-
said? So hold on. What have I said in my video that is an attack?
Well, I think you have a weight issue, and that's why you after Shanny. Either
No,
that or you're in love with
That's
her.
fine. That's fine. I'm a fat fuck. That's we can get past that. What did I specifically say that was an attack?
No, I think I don't want to. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but that's your button.
That's
is your
fine.
way,
That's
is
I
way to
am
hurt.
so
and
sensitive.
I would never do that.
That's fine. Can
I
you
would never-
Faith?
Drag.
What,
I
Faith,
like- I would
Faith,
never
what was
do
the
that.
question, Faith? What was the question that I asked you?
Something. What have you done that has been combative towards them, or when did you attack them? You do it daily for hours.
Okay. Specifically, now this is a tough question. Specifically, what have I said that is an attack towards Shanny?
I thought for a while you guys were working together because it's like a niceness, especially when you were. This was the part. Remember, I time-stamped you. This was the funny thing. I couldn't believe that you wanted to buy something to see her farts. And if you're promoting her selling herself, I thought, well, geez, maybe you guys are working together.
So
These are friends.
this is what she's mute. I can't hear. So if you guys are curious what a fucking simp sounds like, this is what it sounds like. And you see, I'm asking very specific questions to this chick, and she is answering every other fucking question that I'm not answering. Like is it clear now what type of people defend Shanny and Rev? Is it clear? But so I'll play along some more just for y'all. Okay, Faith. All right, so what? So what exactly? Yeah, I see the cat, Faith. It's a cat. So I've still not actually heard you mention specifically what have I said. Just you've watched the last few episodes. I know I've seen you in the chat. What did I say in a watch party that was an attack on Shanny specifically? Well, I guess Canada net cut out. That's it? Okay. Well, I'm just going through this just to show you all that like this is what a simp sounds like right here. But Faith, me back in. Nope. Hello. Nope. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, back to the show.
You did this. And you don't want to have any blame to it, but you are to blame for part of my marriage being damaged the way it was. You are just as much as I am. We both are damaged. Just how much my husband is the problem of how much damage our marriage was. And you don't promise a woman marriage. You don't promise a woman a life and then strip it away from her when she's at her most vulnerable. You don't. It's wrong. And you use an excuse that you were drunk. I'm sorry. Our love affair has been happening for like 3 fucking months. And I wasn't trying for any of this. I didn't want any of this to happen. It just happened. These feelings just happened. It sucks. And you suck for doing this to me. You suck so bad to doing this to me and stripping my hope away. You gave me hope. You gave me, hey, maybe there is love after all this, and you just fucking take it away. You were my David, and I was your Bathsheba. But was that all? Was that just something you were leading me on to? And I don't know anymore if Lord is hope. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I don't know anymore. Where is God? Where is God in all this? Because I rebuked these feelings for this guy for so long. I rebuked them and I tried to resist temptation as much as I could for him. And now I'm lonely. It's the worst place to be. It really is the worst place to be. It's just... He did this to me. And he could have done the right thing. He could have done the right thing by me, by the Lord, and keep his promises. But he didn't. He didn't. And I don't care if he's mad at me over this. I don't care. I don't give a big fat fuck if you're mad at me over this, because you did this. You took a woman's heart and you gave her heart, hope, and you crushed it. You crushed it. He crushed it. He crushed all hope of me. And yeah, I could go for the rest of my life, get my CDL, make fucking tons of fucking money. Yeah. Yeah. But money doesn't really matter to me, to tell you the truth. It never has. Money is something that comes and it goes. I take more precedence in love. I get more hope in life with love. Love is the strongest of all powers. The strongest. You know, you could have done the right thing by me and God. You could have kept your fucking promise. You know, you could have kept your fucking promise. And done the right thing. Because we made a covenant. We were betrothed. If anything happened to my husband, we were betrothed, and you broke that promise by the excuse of I was drunk. I've been drinking, but I mean every single word that comes out of my mouth. Every word right now. I mean, nothing I said has changed from this morning. Nothing. Where am I? 10% on my phone. And I know, Mom, I know my husband abandoned me before Mr. Wonderful came along.
Mr. Wonderful?
He abandoned me a long time ago. I've been doing nothing but trying and trying. Nothing I do seems good enough. I don't even know what's right or wrong anymore. I have no hope. I feel numb and I feel dead inside. And all I want is to...
Oh, anybody else sick? Okay, I'm done. All right. So I've opened up test bed again. If people want to come in and defend Shanny, let's see, what time is it? Yeah, I give you 15 minutes. Come on, hop in. There we go. If I'm a piece of shit, then come let me know. Again, I keep opening up these rooms, and so far I appreciate Faith coming to let us know how incoherent she is. Yeah, but it just demonstrates my point, right? The type of people who defend Shanny, and then the type of people who defend them. So if you're mad that I said that you're a piece of shit, then you're a piece of shit. Not gonna make no bones about it. So here's a fucking link. There you go. Come on in. I may get your wireless fixed, but I'm not gonna sit here all day with this. I guess if you sit in a coma for 8 months, then that excuses you from coddling racists. I don't understand the logic behind that. I really don't. But okay. All right. I guess if you stay in a coma for 10 months, you can excuse the statutory rape. Okay. You were in coma for 10 and a half weeks in hospital over a year. Okay, cool. So I even better. I'm not sure where the other person came in simply for you, got that information from, but again, here's the link. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. And she turned down the supervisor job so she could be with Jason. When then she said that she's going to have a trucker's license, which is a CDL. Why didn't she use all the diplomas she got from college to be a nurse? Yeah, because all these every time Shanny talks about like her expertise in a particular area, for some reason she can't get jobs in there like this. So this period of time was when she was doing the cab driving, which I think the mom said only lasted for, I want to say 2 weeks. I have to go back. Yeah, I want to say it's 2 weeks. And then sometime after that is the actual, I think they call her, it wasn't a CNA. I think there was a nursing assistant, which is different. So that was a little bit after that. Yeah, so she got this job here, or this video here, she has the cab job. A little bit afterwards is she working with the older people that, she kept going live and got fired for that. So there's that. So that's just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory. But anyway, I'll keep test bed open, but I'm going to go ahead and end this, and I will see you guys actually in Discord. So.
He has done a lot of things to me. So no, I don't regret calling him that word. Because any man, I don't care what skin color you are, any person who tries to steal your house and your home is a fucking
Fucking four little fucking thug bitches.
I love black people.
Fucking thug bitches.
I love black people.
And they said something they didn't like, it was automatically that fucking nigger.
I love black people.
Black Lives Matter.
I love black people.
Black Lives Matter.
I love black people.
Well, these Black Lives Matter, they did take a kneel peacefully, and you didn't fucking listen to them. Is there lingering racism in me? Maybe. I'm with Ice Cube. Yeah. I'm with Ice-T. Yeah. I'm with Snoop Dogg.
I love black people.
Yeah. You want me to feel good about black people after being robbed?
I love black people.
Yeah. The fuck you are, it just came out.
Because I'm not a racist, I love black people.
Yeah.
I'll be fucking racist all day long. Because I'm not a racist, I love black people.
Yeah. But it's okay for them to call me a white nigger.
Because I'm not a racist, I love black people.
Yeah. They think what they do, they can get away with because they're black.
I love black people.
Yeah. Go fuck yourselves, all of you.
Because I'm not a racist, I love black people.
Yeah.
I don't owe you shit, nerd.
Yes, you do! I love black people.
Fucking thug bitches.
I love black people.
Fucking thug bitches.
I love black people.
And they said something they didn't like, it was automatically that fucking nigger.
I love black people.
Black Lives Matter.
I love black people.
Black Lives Matter.
I love black people.
Well, these Black Lives Matter, they did take a kneel peacefully, and you didn't fucking listen to them. Is there lingering racism in me? Maybe.
I'm a Niger. I'm a Niger. Like a major Niger. You could derive what word I'm saying without saying it.
White nigger. Call me a white nigger.
I'm a Niger. I'm a Niger. Like a major Niger.
I'm part Nigerian, which is where we get the N-word. So does that give me clout in the community? I'm just reporting facts, folks. That's all I'm doing. I'm like Alex Jones reporting facts.
I'm a Niger. Like a major Niger.
Like when you accept Jesus, it changes your DNA. I believe that.
What the fuck is so interesting about Michelle Obama, and what the fuck did she do in the White House that made her so great anyway? And is it because she's black? Is that the only greatness she has, is she's black, and
you want to try to be in the cool, I'm not racist card game? I'm not racist.